work out in the house and jump rope for 5 minutes, do a couple push-ups, the ab wheel. It's fun.
Oh, I like how that looks. Oh my god.
Just do a real fast walk with the knife. You know what I'm saying? Just.
What the hell was that?
That's me saying hi to everyone.
What? What?
Why that noise sound like that noise you make when you stub your toe unexpectedly?
Right. At work lately, I'll be sitting here bagging up this bread and I'll be like, right. My manager walk by and like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, right.
Right.
Who doing the intro?
Right. No, let's stop.
Like, what? Excuse me?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the TUS podcast with our special guest, buzzerbob. Cue clap, applause.
Why you always gotta be the one to pull out guns? What's wrong with you?
Right? Why? See, black people.
So violent ass.
Out of all of us, I am the most ratchet.
Hey, he pulled out two this time. You were just like, let him loose.
This is true. This is true. He is the most ratchet out of all of us.
He is the most ratchet. I ain't gonna lie.
He is. But welcome in, you guys. buzzerbob is our guest today. This is episode 12 of the TUS podcast. TUS podcast. Take us seriously. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in.
Like it did.
Welcome. Welcome.
How
You
you
can
doing?
just
How you
cut
doing
that
today,
out.
Bob? How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. This is exciting. I love this already. I love the energy. I love this crew. This is great.
Hey, that's what we love to hear.
All right, so I'm gonna start everything off with the usual question that I always ask every guest that comes on here. What got you into streaming, Bob?
What got me into streaming? I mean, the long answer is ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a game show host. I always wanted to be on TV. I always wanted to be in front of people and just entertain folks, make them laugh, and just have a good time. And content creation has always been in my blood, from a graphic designer perspective to just making videos. Ever since I was in high school and college, just making videos where I can. And then a time came when I got back into, because right now when I stream mostly Pokemon stuff. So I got back into Pokemon at a place in my life where I was at my low. Depression sucks. It kicks in. I wanted to find something that is a little bit more upbeat, happy. So I started doing Instagram content, which is just posting photos of Pokemon cards and my collections and all that stuff. And then I discovered YouTube. Well, I knew YouTube existed, but I started doing YouTube videos of opening product and opening up packs and interacting with the community, people who come to my channel and leave comments. And then I came to Twitch because I've always liked live TV. So I may not be the biggest sports person out there, but I love live sports because anything can happen. I love live TV, whether that's live news or live entertainment shows, because yes, you have a 7-second delay on some of these programs, but you mess up and people are going to see it. So I always had a fascination of just being in the moment, raw, real. So I wanted to do Twitch, and I did that for, I think, since 2019 when I left one of my previous jobs. I'm like, hey, I need some income. Let me just start doing it for fun. But then money started coming in, and we love when when money comes in. So I did it for about 4 years, and I going back to what I said about the game show host stuff, I took that passion of being a game show host and brought it to my stream. So I do mini games. I give away my own money sometimes. I People come and go in communities, and that's totally understandable. But I've met so many great folks who have hung around for the last 4 years, or even if they just joined the last stream last week and they're a new viewer. I treat them all the same because they're just taking their time out of the day to pick me out of a sea of like hundreds of thousands of other people on that little platform. So it means a lot when someone just comes in, listens to you, whether it's in the car or watching it on their computer at home. It's really exciting. So that's just been my journey with content creation, is just having a good time, bringing people together, laugh, and just make it a spectacle for a few hours, a couple of nights a week. So I've been really enjoying it.
Okay.
Dope.
Legit.
With that,
I do be catching those streams in the car while I'm driving to and from. You know what I'm saying? I just be like,
Facts.
who's streaming? buzzerbob, click.
So I have a question. I see somebody asked this in chat because you brought up Pokemon.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Pokemon? Actually, I want everybody to answer this one. I want to hear everybody answer.
Y'all know mine, but go ahead.
But
Should I kick it off?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So my favorite Pokemon for our video viewers, I don't know if you can see it. It's Mimikyu.
Really?
Right back there.
Hey, all right.
Well, I want you to go. I want everybody to go in. Why is Mimikyu your favorite Pokemon?
So again, this goes back to when I got back into Pokemon. Again, back to 2017, and the game where Mimikyu came out. It was called Sun and Moon. That was the generation that came out. And Mimikyu just had one of those stories where it felt alone, didn't feel loved, just wanted to be a part. That's why its costume, because Mimikyu, I don't know if you can see it, Mimikyu's body is actually the lower half. The top half is not Mimikyu. The bottom half is only Mimikyu. It's a very small Pokemon. So he felt the only way to be loved and seen is to be like the more popular Pokemon, hence why it looks like a Pikachu. So that story of just being accepted, feeling lost, don't know what to do, I kind of gravitated toward that a little bit. And I just love the mysterious aura of Pokemon, of that Pokemon, Mimikyu, because if you read its Pokédex entry, it actually kills people when they look underneath Mimikyu. And I figured that's so fucking dark for a Pokemon. I have to love it. I have to love it.
Dark.
So, that's why Mimikyu is my favorite. So yeah, I love him a lot. I have a little one right here as well.
So do you know a lot about the lore of Mimikyu? Because from what I understood, it wears the dead skins of Pikachus, as that was the most popular Pokemon at the time. Do you know if it actually takes them off of live Pikachus, or does it find already deceased Pikachus?
You know, I don't think I've read the deceased Pikachu part, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the lore. Pretty much, I figured out. I read that people try to research it and they die because they can't figure out what this is.
Yeah.
And I figured it has a hard time trying to fix its costume when it gets busted. So there's a form of Mimikyu where in this form it's fine, and it's called busted form where like it's like this, like it's like its neck breaks.
Yeah.
So it always has a hard time trying to like readjust, so like humans can try to help it or other Pokemon can help it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to steal Pikachu, like dead skins of Pikachus to stitch it together. I would not be surprised. I haven't heard about that one yet, but I had to maybe do some homework after this podcast and look it up because that's really fascinating.
Yeah, it's definitely a theory, but it's one of the things that I've read, and they based it off of one of the entries in one of the versions of Pokemon, where it tries to mimic the version of Pikachu as the most popular one, but it didn't go into in-depth as to how it got the Pikachu suit, is what they called it, the Pikachu suit, which, I mean, in layman's terms, is just skin. Let's be honest.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's skin suit.
Skin suit, the skin flute. No, stop.
Whoa.
Sorry, wait a minute. All right, T-Tone, go ahead. 'Cause I already know what it is, but I want you, for the people who don't know.
Fair enough. I mean, if y'all hung around me long enough, y'all know my favorite. I'm a classic guy. I like the Gengar. Is my favorite one out of Gen 1. It's tied similar to Dragonite just because I like dragons, but Gengar takes first place just because of, one, how difficult it was to play in the first two gens. Because anyone who played Pokemon in the first couple of gens, there was no special attack in those first Pokemon. So for you to run Gengar, you had to run special builds. And to me, it had the most versatile set of moves. Like you had a ghost type running Thunderbolt and Fire Blast and all these other weird things that it wasn't supposed to typically have in the first couple of generations. That and kind of like Mimikyu, Gengar's entire like evolutionary line, those are a bunch of dark ass Pokemon, bro. If you look up like the ancient haunters and Ghastlies or whatever, they were like taking souls, they were killing Pokemon and people alike. You know what I'm saying? Like they hung around in graveyards. They were just a really creepy Pokemon. And I really enjoyed like the darker side of Pokemon because it was very much for kids, but that left a little bit more of like an adulthood to still like Pokemon in a sense. So Gengar definitely took my first place for that very reason.
Okay. Shion?
So I'm in the same boat as Teuton here. It's in between Gengar and Dragonite. It's definitely Dragonite though, because he's the ultimate mailman. Like he's the ultimate mailman. If you've ever seen Pokemon the first movie, when Ash gets his like ticket to go to that island with Mewtwo and stuff, the Pokemon that goes to deliver that letter is Dragonite.
Dragonite,
And he just zooms in. He's like, "Here, bro. Here's this letter. All right, I'm out of here." Like
extreme speed off. Like
yeah, he's just gone. And also, fun fact that Jesse is strong enough to stop a Dragonite in his tracks as it's flying with a frying pan. So you know that's something.
What?
That's crazy.
But yeah. So yeah. No, Dragonite because he's a dragon and he's the ultimate mailman. Like screw Delibird, stealing people's jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Can we add on to that though? Like Dragonite was also an absolute fucking powerhouse. Like I think Dragonite's one of the only dragons that still runs multi-scale as a Pokemon. Yeah. Which halves your damage as long as you're full HP. He was such an overpowered pseudo legendary, bro.
Okay.
You guys are like so in depth. I'm like, yeah.
She's like, I like the cute one. Like
I do like the cute one, and my answer is gonna be Jigglypuff.
There you go.
That
Fair
is.
enough. Look.
I'm a type of person that will lure my enemies to sleep. Literally.
I mean,
Succubus,
most times things don't have to be explained. You just like it just because you like it. I mean, like,
It's so
that's
cute. Like I've always just like every time I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanna hold it another forever.
Oh.
But yeah.
For me, for anybody who's been around me long enough, should know as well. For me, my favorite Pokemon is Charizard, and the reason being for it being my favorite because one, I love fire. I'm a pyromaniac, so that's one reason. Second is I fell in love with Ash's Charizard because it was like stubborn as hell. I'm just like, I vibe with that so heavy. It's like, bitch, you can't tell me what to do, but I'm gonna do it because I want to do it. So I'm gonna beat this bitch ass just because I want to because he think he's stronger than me type deal. And that's the only reason I vibe with Charizard so heavily. But like if Charizard wasn't a thing, it would definitely be Lucario because I like to throw hands, and it's just like that Spirit Orb. So technically I have two, but Charizard would probably be right above Lucario though. So that's my take on that. It's kind of a two-part question. How long have you been streaming for, and what is your like most hypest, or the one thing that happened on stream that you're gonna remember of all time? Even like one of these days you was like, all right, I'm gonna retire from streaming, probably some years from now. So like, what is like, or retire from content creation? Like, how long you been streaming, and like, what is your hypest moment that's like you would never forget?
I would say, okay, so I've been streaming for about 4 years right now. I have a full-time job outside of streaming, so streaming is more like my part-time and hobby, but 4 years is still a long time, and I've been really liking it.
It is.
A couple of moments. There's two moments that come in mind. One, so going back to the whole game show thing, when I've done mini games, I did a mini game that had a rolling cash jackpot. And it got up to like $130, and somebody won that, and they said they used that money to actually buy a new battery for their car, which was like busted, so that they could take their kids to school. And right there, I'm like, Hell, I just gave someone like $130 of my own money on a stream to help them get their kids to school. I don't know who else on Twitch does that, like casually, but I did that. I think that's just pretty cool just to do that. So like just seeing, because that changed someone's life in a way where they were able to make their lives much more easier to deal with. So that reason is like definitely top, I believe. Another hype moment I would say would be so with Pokemon, there's this concept of like shiny Pokemon where the different colorations of what we're typically like, we know, like for example, Charizard we know is orange, but its shiny form, it's a black Charizard. It's really freaking awesome. So I was doing this thing in Pokemon Sword and Shield where like you get some friends together and you go in a den and you battle like boss Pokemon, and at the end of your run, you capture 4 Pokemon and one of them could be a shiny. And what happened was I got a shiny back-to-backs, and I think the odds were like 1 in maybe like 4,000. So it was like 1 in 160,000 back-to-back odd shiny Pokemon. It's just like uncalled for. People don't really get back-to-back shinies. Like you get a shiny in like one instance of a game, and then 5 minutes later you get another one. That doesn't really happen a lot. It's really rare. So not saying it doesn't, it's just rare. So doing that was pretty cool because I was hunting a certain Pokemon and I'm like, hey, let me go for this one next. And then 10 minutes later I get it. So back-to-back shiny was always a hype moment for me on stream, and because that's what I was known for, was shiny hunting, like doing like those challenges, try to capture those Pokemon. But it was a lot of fun, and I think I still do shiny hunting from time to time. But yeah, I think those are my 2 hype moments from my 4 years so far of streaming.
That's a 1 in 262,144 chance.
There you go. That's what
almost unheard of, bro.
I give it up to y'all who do shiny hunting, because I ain't no fucking way I'll be able to do that. No, I ain't got the patience.
It's a lot, bro.
Have you oh man, there's this old video on YouTube. Someone has like 4 Game Boy Advance SPs and they're shiny hunting for a shiny Kyogre. And it's all like, all right, number 1152, and he just boots up all 4 games. He clicks on the Kyogres, and he finally gets that shiny Kyogre on one of his Game Boy Advances. It was
crazy.
The older games, like it's just so much harder to get shiny Pokemon in them. And I think when I was streaming, I was able to play like Soul Silver. I got one of those 3DSs with a capture card, so I can stream it onto my stream. And I got like a shiny Dratini from like the game center where like you have to play like this Voltorb card flip game, get coins, and then just get a bunch of Dratinis. And I got a shiny Dratini, which I transferred from the Soul Silver game all the way up to the Pokemon Sword and Shield. So it traveled between different devices. That's pretty cool to see a Pokemon you caught in like a Game Boy game now on a Switch game. You actually see it. So
it is pretty dope.
It is.
So Bob, you want me to call you Buzzer Bob, Bob?
You can call me Bob. Bob is good.
Bob. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That boy Bob.
That boy Bob. That boy Bob over there. So Bob, we are really big on mental health, mental wellness, and everything of that nature. So I typically like to ask, because it is very, very important, especially in the content creator streamer space. What do you do with your mental health? Like if you're having a rough day, I know that you said that you do work, so you do, you're streaming every chance that you can get around there. So what do you do when you're, stressful, your mental is a little bit off? Like who's in your corner? What do you do to just kind of take that ease?
It's a great question. And first of all, thank you for bringing up mental health, because I think this is something I am very open when it comes to this subject, because I want to spread more awareness when it comes to it. I feel like it shouldn't be taboo to talk about it. I feel like the more open we are with each other, the better we can help each other. So I've been diagnosed with depression, I believe it was since 2019, around that. So about 2019. So I've been doing everything from have a psychologist, a psychiatrist, have medication. I still have many panic attacks, I get nervous a lot. But a lot of times, I tend to be more introverted, so I just like to be in my own space, in a room by myself, maybe like just a cool dark room, having some music playing, reading something, just being alone. And a lot of times, if I'm just too stressed out, not really feeling it, I just be by myself. And that's whether, again, in a room or I go out for a walk. Going for a walk by myself, having music playing is good. I go to the gym sometimes, just work it out that way. And then in my corner, again, I have my partner, you know, she's here as well, I could talk to. I have my family members, I have my friends I talk to. I have dealt, and I'm very open about this, you know, I've had dealt with the keyword's passive. Passive suicidal thoughts. It's a, you know, it's a very common thing that a lot of people go through, and you know, we always ask, how you doing, can we check in on you? I don't have any plans to, you know, act out on that, but the thought has always been, if I wasn't here tomorrow, who would give a shit? Like, I really don't care. I mean, I always joke saying, if I die tomorrow, I don't have to pay taxes. It's great. It's fun. So I always go back. Yeah, I always go back to dark humor to get through a lot of my, you know, shitty situations. You know, growing up, I've always watched George Carlin, Robin Williams, you know, God bless those, you know, Richard Pryor, I always watch as well. And I always just grow up just using humor as a way to escape reality sometimes. And you have to laugh at yourself. You have to also, there's a lot of things to enjoy in life as well. And even though it may not be going your way at this moment, that's okay. Take a step back, relax, focus on you. I never feel forced to stream. I never feel forced to interact with someone. I just take my time. And when I'm ready, I throw on the extrovert switch, I go out, and I start saying, hey, what's up? It's Bob here. Let's have a good time. Let's drink. And then there are times where I'm like, fuck you, I want to stay home. I don't want to deal with you. So I'm very open about, I really do, like, if you feel like you need help, go get help. That's the number one thing I tell people. It never hurts to find someone professionally if you can afford it. If not, that's fine. Start with a very inner circle of friends and family, because those two are going to be with you thick and thin. Family is very important. Talk with them. If you're not open with that, like I said, try to find a professional outlet, which is more confidential, and go that way. Start a few sessions, see how it goes, and just try to find someone that you can talk to, because at the end of the day, you know, you're not alone in this. There's other people here to help you out. So that's how I try to deal with it.
No, I love that. And I do appreciate you being very open with that, just because we do have a lot of us in this space that we feel like we need to just be just smiley and in your face and all over the place and entertain with our community. And we just lose that aspect of ourselves, and we just kind of just give too much of ourselves to everyone else. So and we talk about this all the time. Like, we were having conversations last week and the week before about mental health, especially in the Black community, especially with Black men, and how it's very, you know, sticky subject, and, you know, it can get a little iffy. I won't dive too much into that because we already discussed that. But with anybody that's in the chat and everyone that's watching this, just if you are feeling off or you feel a little out of place, having, some people like to say, kind of like a what is it, an imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome, yep.
Yeah, so if you're feeling that, you know, just take some time. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to just be like, I just want to be by myself. Just, you know, make sure that your mental health comes first before, you know, entertaining or going out and being with anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, even when you're saying, Bob, just being by yourself in a room, listening to music or going on a walk, that's perfect. That's perfect. Sometimes all that chatter just stresses a lot of us out, and I know that it does for me personally. And I'm a giver. Like, I love to give, and there's times that I feel really bad that I'm mentally not at that point, and I'd be like, I really don't want to be an asshole, but I really just feel like shit. And so I've learned with my therapist and To just be like, you can say no, you can say yeah, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay home and watch a movie and cry myself to sleep, because that's personally what I feel like I want to do. So, but I really do appreciate you being very, very open about that. I know you already pretty much touched on that. You said you have your partner, and you have, you know, your family that pretty much helps you out with your mental as well too, kind of talking to them. I want to kind of just switch over a little bit and ask this question, which we haven't asked in a while because we haven't had a guest in a while. So bear with me.
Called out.
So the question is, you have somebody like your past self comes to your stream and they ask you, I want to be a content creator or streamer. What are 3 tips or 3 things that you would tell your younger self when starting going into that space?
Always a good question too.
Yeah, it's always a good question. Yeah, it's like, what do I tell that person?
Yeah.
Well, I would say the first thing is do it because you want to have fun. And I know we get a lot of people in content creation who thinks it's an easy way to, you know, to make a living, make it full time. And not saying that path is unattainable. It is more difficult to do. But I would say do it because you want to have fun. You want to have a hobby to do maybe outside of your traditional day-to-day. You want it to be something you look forward to. You want to have fun to do. So if it turns into like a business, great. That's awesome. But I would say think of the real reason why you want to do it. And I think a lot of times it's just want to, you know, be a fun time to hang out with other people, build a community, and have a good time. Secondly, when it comes to the content side, do what you enjoy and try not to force your way into doing something you don't want to do. So I knew for me, I liked Pokemon. I did Pokemon first because that's what I liked. I knew at that time when I started, you know, people were playing like Fortnite and stuff, and I go, well, I'm not gonna do Fortnite because I don't care about that stuff. I want to just do what I enjoy the most. Because if I'm not having fun, and the person watching my content can see that, they may not, you know, because they feed off the energy of whomever is on camera, whomever is talking.
Right.
So if they're not vibing with that, they may not come back to the stream. Again, that's totally fine. People come and go, but I think as a content creator, you want to bring people together in a space and just get a nice size audience where you can entertain every couple of days, every week. Make it like appointment television. That's a TV thing, like appointment television, Fridays at 8 p.m. You come over, do this. So I say, you know, do something that you already enjoy doing, but you want to maybe amplify it to a larger audience, and don't force yourself into doing something you don't want to. You can always try new things down the line once you feel more comfortable, more established. But again, start off simple and do that. Number 3, so we talked about doing it for fun, do what you know. Number 3, I would say is, well, this is hard. I will say, yeah, I will say, don't be afraid to fail. And this kind of goes into my own professional life, being a software developer and doing, you know, product management now. I fail all the time. And when you start doing content creation, you will fail at some things. There's no doubt. Like, you just will not walk into it and succeed overnight. That's not how life works. There's expectation, like what you think you're gonna get. That's not how it works. You work hard for it, and you will fall. You will fail 9 out of 10 times on things that you do. And then that one time you do something and it's a strike of gold and it's just an amazing moment and something big happens, you celebrate that win. But then you don't stop. You have to keep going, you have to keep growing. And I guess with that 3rd tip, it's like, always just set some goals for yourself. Just try to attain like some goals, whether that's like viewership or whether that's the quality of your stream. Like, hey, within a year, I want to have a 2-camera interface on my stream, or I want to have some like interactive chat in my stream, like sound effects or chat talking. Come up with some goals that you can that you can shoot for. If you don't hit them, that's fine. Maybe tweak the goal again and try going for that another time. So I would say that's a big one. Don't be afraid to fail. Always try to shoot for something. If you hit it, great. Push yourself further. If not, reevaluate it and see what else you can do to find that success that you're looking for. So I think that's my big 3 things. Have fun, do what you know, and don't be afraid to fail at doing it.
I want to piggyback off what you said, something that you said about setting your goals. I just want to say this. No goal is too big. Set small goals to get to that big goal. And Two-Ton and she understand why I say that, because it's a goal that I have for TUS. And I wanna let y'all in on something. I just want to say this one thing. There's one big giant goal that I want for TUS. And that goal is I want to be as big or bigger than RDC World.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody know who RDC
hell of a
World
goal,
is,
bro.
Go look them up.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know. So it's a hell of a goal, but we taking those steps. We have smaller goals, but that is the biggest goal that we have so far that I made for us.
But the way you approach that is exactly the right way to do it, because you have that big goal. Like you think, hey, I want, like, this is the biggest goal we have, but we have also smaller milestones that you can hit along the way. And whether you hit them or you don't hit them, it's gonna start to shape and reshape how you get to that bigger goal in the future. And listen, a few years from now, that big goal may change. I don't know, but as long as you're always finding ways to get closer to it, you're doing a good job. So yeah, mad respect for that. Absolutely.
I like to say, always make sure that you celebrate the goals that you do achieve. Like, take some
Fact.
time and actually celebrate.
Facts.
Because I know
Especially-
for a fact, like, when I'm dropping these singles and shit, I take the time to relax and be like, I did that.
Yeah. Even if they're small goals, you know what I'm saying? Like little shit, like make sure your community feels like they're appreciated. Like one of the things that I've always done, and people looked at me like I was crazy when I started streaming, every like 100 followers that I got, I did like an extended stream from like 11 hours on, and I do it every 100. Like right now I owe them an 18-hour stream, you know what I'm saying? But I do that as a way to just say, hey, thanks for following the channel, thanks for being a part of it. Like it's not something super, because like if you look at bigger streamers, 100 followers probably isn't much of anything. They have 3K, 50K, couple, you know what I'm saying, like a couple million, whatever. But for me, like that little bit of a goal until I get super big, like I'm not gonna keep doing that after 1K. Of course, I'll make a new goal. But for that first 1,000, every 100 of you, we're gonna make sure you guys all get recognized in some way or shape or form. So yeah, celebrate the small stuff, man.
I love it. I love it.
What's one of your like favorite things to do with your community? Like I love people who like community style streams, because some people will get on a community. I mean, they'll get on and they'll just play games and they talk to their people, but it's not the same. But you seem like you interact with your community really well, which is one of my favorite kind of streamers. What would you say your favorite activity to do with your community is?
I would say there's a video game aspect and a non-video game aspect to that question. So with video games, with like Pokemon, anything that I can do to like bring them into the game, like if we're squatting up in Pokemon Unite, or we're trying to maybe do like Jackbox games together, getting them involved in the game in real time, either they're on VC or they're non-VC, that's always exciting to do. And then even when I'm streaming, from a technical non-video game standpoint, I have like these interactive channel points in my stream. So if you're watching the stream and you have like these channel points building up, you can trigger some funny little sound effects or videos on my stream. So like we have one where you have that from, it was on TikTok, I saw this, where the guy goes, emotional damage, like so whenever I fuck up in a game, and people love when I screw it up, someone will always trigger that cutscene and it'll just take over my entire screen, and it's just like emotional damage. I have one of Gordon Ramsay saying like, you're a fucking idiot, like things like that. So it kind of keeps them engaged with the stream, where they'll watch me play a game, but they can also like trigger these weird actions to happen that can. I have like an automatic censor button, so like you'll bleep my audio like just randomly, so I can say something innocent and then it'll be bleeped out. So I like having those moments where they just spam that and have a good time and feel like they're actually making the stream the way they want to see it, and they actually act like a producer. Say, hey, let's inject this video clip or this censor, and let's just mess with Bob on his stream. So that's always been a lot of fun. That's been a lot of fun to do, and I'm always thinking of new ways to add more interactive stuff to the stream.
I like that. I like it.
That makes it fun.
It does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know he's not ready for it. She
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I see his face.
Let's
Let's
get
I
it.
was looking directly at his face, like,
I know he ain't ready for it because it's been a while since we did this shit.
It's been a minute since I asked somebody this question. All right, Bob, you ready for the ultimate question?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. So, have you ever been flown out?
There it is.
or if you've flown with someone else.
Have I ever been flown out?
Yes.
It's the fact that he gotta think about it. Wait a minute.
Yeah, think about it. Wait a second.
Wait a
Take your
minute.
time. Take your
But
time.
just to add some context, what we mean by that is like you see how like guys will fly a girl out to like Miami or out of the country to have a good time. He is on this kick, like not work related. Have you ever been flown out?
Oh, okay. So for personal satisfaction here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
All right, cool.
Hey, his voice, he was like, "Oh, okay, no, like, fuck no."
That's funny. Oh, I never had anyone ask me that before.
Listen. Nowadays,
search
there are
continues.
females that do actually
Fly dudes out.
fly dudes out.
Where they at though?
Right.
You gotta talk to.
Listen.
You gotta talk to some of our past people, our past guests like
I
Pizzo.
have personally, okay,
Definitely
Okay.
Pizzo.
okay.
Man, that's like VIP status right there.
Right?
Like,
Listen, if I want to
Yeah.
see you, I will fly you out personally. I will definitely fly you out personally.
Listen.
Come on.
Listen,
We're coming over
the
here.
fact that listen, first of all, I'm easy to please. First of all, second of all, you're giving me a free plane ride. Just come out. You know what? I'm sold. I'm on the red eye. Let's go.
Yep.
Bro. Oh, like listen, the search continues. Okay, look, I'm gonna wait. I have a theory on this, but I'm gonna wait till we interview like a couple hundred more people. You know what I'm saying, to see how many answers we get. I'm taking notes of this, bro.
Making a tally.
No.
Like, damn, him too.
So we're just gonna run past what he just said. This man said 100. Good lord.
You'd be very
Hold on,
surprised.
I just
Listen.
love the high expectation right now. I love that.
Listen, you
Hey,
said
that's
you
the
want
goal.
to be as big or bigger than RDC.
You're right.
That means we're gonna have to interview at
That's
least
big.
a couple hundred people.
You're
You know what I'm saying?
You're right, but that number scared the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's like, that's like with the polls. That's what we're talking about
Talk
last
heavy,
week with
exactly.
the polls about you three, and then which one you find attractive. Do that shit at DreamCon. Hello.
I'm
There's
still down for that. I'm still down for
hundreds
that.
of people. Hundreds of people at
so-
DreamCon.
Okay, we gotta talk because we actually added a stipulation to that too, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So like, listen.
No.
Look, so just in case, because Bob is kind of out of the loop on this one, we were having a conversation last week about body types, basically, and it came up to the conversation of like us three, like Zion, Killums, and myself. And so we came up with this idea to go to DreamCon, right, and to just have girls come in and select whatever body type they found like attractive or they were interested in, just in terms of like experimental purposes.
Yeah.
Just in terms of experimental purposes, and we want to
These
see
guys.
what's like the most desired thing, or like how dating preferences as far as physical aspects have changed for guys. I'm really interested to see that. I'm down for this.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a great time.
It's gonna be
I'm
interesting.
telling you, Dadbot's gonna win. Dadbot is gonna win. I'm telling you.
I
That's
don't
how
know what
this
it
started.
is with dad bods. Dad bods are
So tell me I'm working out for nothing? Like,
I don't
You
know what
telling
it
me
is.
I ain't eating enough? That's crazy.
No, listen. All three of your guys' bods are fine to me. I'm not. Well, you guys already know how I am with physical.
Not
sensitive
the
people.
not the dance. Not the dance.
Wait, what my shirt say? I am the hype.
This fucking guy.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I just want to be. I want to get cozy. Like you got a little something. I got a little something. Let's get. You know.
See, Kay trying to get people in trouble out here. You know what I'm saying?
What? I'm just saying. Dad bods are hot. You come up to me and you got a dad bod?
So we need to make sure more
What
women
you
think
doing?
like you, though. That's why we want this experiment. We
But
need
see
to
that. But this is what I said. Okay, so there was this thing. I wish I can find it, but they took it out. I think of this girl, and she's like, y'all, it's getting cold, right? And she a nice, athletic, fitted, little slim thick, and she's like,
All right.
y'all, let me tell you about. Listen, big dudes. Big dudes be it, because let me tell you something. She was like, when they be eating you, girl. Like, you need to get yourself a big dude. Get yourself a big dude. You'll always be warm. You'll always be fed, and you'll always be eating. That makes sure you eat right. I was like,
That's the big dude advertisement. That's crazy.
Look, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on.
No, listen.
No,
listen,
no,
listen,
hell no. I got something to goddamn say. I got something to goddamn
There's nothing
say.
wrong.
Hey,
There's nothing
he feel
wrong
personally
with the
attacked.
I
You
feel-
feel
no,
attacked.
There's
right
nothing
now.
wrong with the slim athletic.
Hold on.
There's nothing wrong with the slim athletic.
I'm not
There's nothing wrong
I'm not
with
even
that.
athletic. I'm just a stream being. I am part of this skinny motherfuckers that just be doing shit. Look, hear me out. Okay, I understand that. I get that. But when it comes to eating, just look, even if you get a skinny dude, you gotta find a skinny dude who is a foodie. Like me, for instance. I'm a foodie. You're gonna stay eating. I like to cook. I can clean. I know how to wash my own clothes. I am warm-bodied like a motherfucker. I'm just saying. Look, I have cuddled up with most. I have cuddled up to women.
This girl wasn't meant to hurt you, baby.
Look,
All she just said
Feel
is to
personally.
say,
Listen,
go get yourself a big dude. That's
listen,
it.
I gotta say this, okay? Killums, I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you at all. All right, I don't doubt you at all. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I don't care how much of a foodie you are. I don't think you're gonna ever out foodie a big dude. They got that
You
way
won't,
for a reason, my boy.
You
You
sure?
ain't gonna out eat
Look.
a big dude on any category. I don't
Okay,
care what you say.
fair
like-
enough. That's fair. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about big dudes and me, and all my skinny dudes, all my skinny people.
Now we
It's
split it
not-
up.
It's not
This is
the
so-
fact. It's
I
not
wasn't
the
trying to
fact.
split you up like that.
It's not the fact that they eat more. It's just that we have a high metabolism. That's our issue. So we probably can eat just as more, if not more, than a big guy. Just saying. We just have a high metabolism, so we just burn that shit quickly. That's why we so goddamn small.
I-
Listen,
For you, bro. I'm just saying. Look,
there's nothing wrong with that, baby.
I ain't
God
coming
damn
for
it,
you at
even
all,
though
bro.
I still got a little jiggle in here. You see this?
Not him feeling really. Ooh, this hurt.
We need a Killums counter. We need a Killums
We
counter.
need a Killums counter, bro.
What do you mean you need a Killums counter? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's you feeling called out right now.
That's crazy.
She really does. All she just
No,
said is that
I'm
big
standing
dudes
behind
are
my
big.
skinny people
That's all she
because
said.
we keep getting left behind. It's either big guys or muscular. Where are we?
Okay, first of all, let me go up in there. Y'all been always having the table, okay?
That's
It's either
true.
The slim.
Y'all just
skinny
mad that I
dude.
take bigger.
Oh, first
Pause,
of all,
hold on, let me-
I've seen some big ass dicks from some big ass dudes, okay? And I was like, bro, you serious? Oh, you serious? This is what's happening. I think I need to leave and come back in because I was not prepared for this. So let me exit. Let's pretend we never saw each other, so I can just come back in and see this again. So, listen, some people just
You
like
guys
to know
get
the
all the
bullshit.
cool clothes. You guys get all the cool clothes. I don't want to hear.
Who
it.
gets all the cool clothes?
Always been at the
Skinny-
table, bro.
Skinny people.
The skinny dude.
dudes.
Yeah, the
Y'all
skinny
these
jeans
big and tall
dudes. Yeah.
dudes and how they be.
No.
I know y'all fucking
No. Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
I
guess
get what
back
you're saying. It's legit harder for bigger guys,
It
even
is.
muscular
I'm not gonna
guys
lie.
too,
I'm not gonna lie.
have they shirts
Facts.
and like pants fit in a certain way without it having
Facts.
some issues. Skinny guy, we all like we could just put some on and it fits fine automatically.
Y'all motherfuckers slipping any damn thing, bro.
Fuck
I mean,
you
I'm
guys.
about to say,
Understand. I love
women
y'all.
should definitely understand, especially the ones with the big butts.
Yes.
Y'all be
because
having
they-
the
and the
damn
thick
lip
thighs.
back there with the jeans.
And the thick thighs, because when I try to put, or even like if I wear button downs or zips, can't do it. Titties too big. Can't do it. They either
See?
zip down or they just explode with the buttons. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Hell, and then y'all have to wear bras. The women with the big tits, y'all have to wear bras. Skinny chicks, they ain't got
Who said we have to wear bras?
I-
I'm just kidding.
well,
Society.
I'm about to say society. I'm talking about society. I'm talking about general. I'm not. Look, if it was me, I say go barefree. I tell fuck a shirt.
He said,
Not
If it was
He
me,
said, "Fuck a shirt."
Fuck a shirt.
fuck a
Yeah, but that's
shirt.
just me
Not
though.
you're part of the society.
Not,
I am.
not you trying to free the nipple.
Free the nipple. Free the nipples. Free the
Listen.
goddamn nipples. Free the titties.
Listen.
Let
To
them breathe.
all the dudes out there, especially the big dudes. Y'all got that thing. Y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all know what you're doing.
I'm weak.
Y'all got that. And I appreciate you. I
I
really
am
do.
like a damn pillow. I ain't gonna cut. You know what I'm saying?
You're just cuddle. You're just so comfortable.
Comfy.
Mhm.
You're just really cuddly and shit. Okay? Fuck. I'd be like, oh my god, you're so. Let me lay on you. That's how you guys feel when we have big boobs or like big butts and thick thighs. Let me lay on them. Well, let me lay on you. Okay? Let me lay on you. Let me give you some love.
Fair enough.
And then when you're like 1,000 degrees, I'm like,
Literally, because I'd be like, roll the fuck over. That's hot. We two, we two big body people. Move over there.
no,
I
I'm
love
just
you,
saying in
but
general.
over there.
Like my wife is smaller, right? She's smaller, but it's like sleeping next to 1,000 suns. It's awful.
The way Bob laughed right now, I feel like that hit something with you.
Bro, like
No, because my partner and Zave has seen her. She's much smaller than me. I'm like a medium sized dude, like a larger sized dude. And first of all, the clothing stuff, it's absolutely true because nothing's worse when you are in limbo between different sizes. Like I could be a large here, but then over here, all of a sudden I'm a 2XL. I go, what happened between these three sizes for this to happen? But that's why I love winter time because it's colder, hence you need to be near somebody, warm them
Right.
up, keep them company. Summertime, back off because I'm gonna sweat like a mofo because I need my space. I need fans hitting me. I need 67 degree in the house, please. Even in the wintertime, I need a fan on me. 'Cause it feels good. It feels good.
Same.
So
it does.
Yeah,
It definitely
I
does.
definitely agree. Look, it's the way I got a fan on right now because it is
Yeah,
hot.
literally.
I'm about to look. I love you, Charles. Get your ass. Anywho,
also, this is
We
why
back.
this is why I don't understand why anybody can say summer is their favorite season.
Same.
I call complete bullshit on that because you're telling me you don't care it's 100 degrees outside and there's only so much you can do to be comfortable, whereas in the winter it could be 15 and I can layer myself in a sweatshirt and a quilt and a comforter and have a hot coffee and a hot tea. Please, if you say summer is your favorite season, you are a liar. I don't want to hear it.
speaking of summertime, I didn't see the
That's
most
what I'm talking about.
craziest crap ever. I was
I
going to the
love
gas
fall.
station. I was going to the gas station
Uh-oh.
and I seen this dude walking, and it's in the summertime, and it was like, and I checked it, and it was like 98 degrees outside. I saw this dude walking in a black hoodie, black jeans, and some black shoes. I'm like, bro, I know you hot. Cause ain't
There's
no
no
way.
way.
And he had
No
hair.
way, bro.
With his hood or with hair on. I'm like, bro, I know you finna pass the fuck out. Cause ain't no fucking way.
Listen, nah, I'm with you, Bob. I can't listen. Fall into winter, that's my shit, man.
Yes.
Oh, it's my
Like,
favorite.
'cause I like the summertime just specifically because it's bikini season. Outside of that, like,
Fair,
you know what I mean?
fair.
Nah, I love
Them
fall.
summer bonds hit different though.
That's true. Makes you sweat a
just-
little bit, right?
Summer
Right, you know what I'm
dresses, you know?
No, I will say fall
Oh,
is my
man.
favorite. It would be spring, but allergy, so I'm gonna go with fall.
There you go.
Damn.
Fall's definitely my favorite.
Definitely fall.
It's so-
Definitely winter.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I'm a big winter guy.
Fall is
Y'all
so
can
pretty.
have
Especially if it snows. Especially if it
Yeah.
snows somewhere.
You can come
Bro.
here and have the snow. Go
Say
ahead,
less.
have the snow.
Okay.
Say less.
Have the
I'll take
blizzards
it.
and everything.
I'm glad.
Go
Say
ahead.
less. Me and
Listen.
Two-Ton and my wife are about to go rent an apartment. We're gonna be alright. It's gonna be nice.
Y'all
You
want to
ain't-
be y'all want to be in Minnesota? Go right ahead.
You ain't lived if you ain't side snipe somebody with a snowball at least once in your life. I'm just saying.
I mean,
We have ice balls. So
Hey.
Ice
go ahead and have
balls.
fun with that.
Oh no.
We have ice balls. Go ahead and have fun.
Look,
with
we
it. Our snow
barely-
be hard as fuck.
We
we
barely
get that
snow
down here too. We get that down here. When we do get snow, it's ice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you,
that's-
can, you can compact it, and it's like a
Right.
solid ice ball. So
That
you
shit
can
is
just
a
toss that
weapon.
in. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine the memory you make. You take your partner out there, and y'all are just like watching the snow-capped mountain or whatever, and like, oh, babe, look, it's so cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna be mad for like 5 minutes, but that's gonna be a memory for the rest of your life. I'm just saying.
my God.
No, that's why you like. That's why you like. You cuddle up behind them. You know, you stroke their face. You know,
Yeah.
you get them all relaxed. You know they're wearing a jacket with a hoodie, so you start filling the
Right.
hoodie up with the snow. You know, you just make sure that they don't suspect it at all. And then once the hoodie is full with snow, you just.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Good times, good memories. What you mean?
See, this is you know,
Y'all
I'm
got
not
it.
even going to get into that.
I do it because I love and I care about you, and I want you to be cold.
You know, and that's better than me. I ain't gonna hold you. It's the way I have a whole snowball, get behind her, and just put it right under the hoodie or jacket, and just like smush it right around, right on.
Oh no!
It's like,
Oh, damn, not the skin contact.
right, and I'm holding her too, so she can't run. Just like, yeah, where you going? Where you going?
That's
The
all.
fact that has happened to me numerous times.
But you remember that shit though, don't you?
I definitely remember that.
That
I
was a lovely
definitely
memory.
remembered it.
It was a lovely.
Listen, I did have some very fun
Mhm.
memories after.
Oh,
That.
you wanna also piss off your girl? If your
Why
girl,
y'all want to piss?
because
why
it's
y'all wanna
hilarious.
piss us off?
Y'all are so small
didn't
and
say that.
hilarious.
Hold on. News breaking.
News break?
Breaking news.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Killam's literally just said, "It is hilarious, or was it fun to piss off your girl?" So if there's females in this chat and you have a significant other, he's doing this shit because he enjoys watching you getting pissed off.
Not too tight.
I'm just saying, I don't know what it is with you motherfuckers that want to piss us off. Some people be like, oh, but you're so cute when you get pissed off.
It
Okay,
is.
then I'm gonna be cute when I have this motherfucking knife to
Okay,
the
it is
throat.
kind of
Huh?
adorable though. It is kind of adorable. I ain't
Is that
gonna lie to you.
adorable? Is that adorable?
It's
When I have a knife to your neck? That's crazy.
Well, not that half, not that
Look,
half. The,
no.
Okay,
small and
you
angry
gotta
cute.
understand.
It is kind of
You
cute.
know me. Out of everybody in here, you know me well. You know how crazy I am. So a girl comes at me with a knife to my neck, I'm like, oh, you're so cute.
See, Killums is crazy. See, Killums is a little different. You know what I'm
And
saying?
this
It's
is why
just insane.
Phillips keeps saying he likes crazy women, and I'm like, you keep saying that, and you're going to attract the most.
He gonna get right. He gonna get the wrong
women.
kind of crazy.
I'm just saying, you got to be specific of how crazy is too crazy.
Look, I don't want crazy to the point where she popping up in my house. Well, I kind of do.
So you don't want lifetime.
I don't want.
You
That's
do want
wild.
lifetime
Alright.
crazy?
Look,
We're
I don't
done.
want I don't want it to the point where she over here keying my card. I don't want that crazy. But I want
So
it to the
you-
point where she be like, "Why this nigga ain't pick up? I'm finna pull up to his house." I want that. That's what I want.
So
See,
you
here's the
want, you
problem.
want BET crazy?
Yes.
See, the problem with that is there's like a very thin line between BET crazy and if I can't have you, no one can crazy.
Yeah, I don't want
There's
that. I don't want that. I don't want.
there's
I
a
don't.
very
Nobody
thin
else
line
can have
on
me
there,
crazy.
bro.
I don't want that.
Very
I don't.
thin line.
It is a thin line. Look. This is how I picture it. I'm playing the game, and I don't text back, and she pop up, and so I'm gonna answer the door. Like, why are you here? It's like, what bitch you got over here? Da, 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 da. I'm like, I'm gonna show her around, and after I show her around, I'm gonna beat her duties down so she can calm down. Bars.
No.
This is so toxic.
I am
This is
toxic. I'm
so
toxic as hell.
toxic.
We knew this though. We knew
Yeah,
that
I
I
know.
was toxic.
I know.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
you are
is
very
that's
toxic.
crazy. This crazy.
He does. He does make a. He does say
We're-
that.
we're
he's
stepping-
toxic.
Y'all act like
stepping
this is
over.
brand new. The only person this is brand new to is Bob.
That's true. Bob was like, "Why am I here?
Facts.
Why did I agree to
Facts.
this?"
Why
This is great. I love this. This is awesome.
Bob was like, "This was a mistake."
I'm learning so much. This is
I'll never let Zion talk me into doing anything on a Monday day ever.
literally just come up to me like, "Hey, Bob, come on a podcast." I go, "Okay, let's do it."
I'm like, sweet. They gonna play some card games.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
all seriousness though. Also serious stuff. Like no, like some of it is true. I would not mind experiencing that for the one time, but afterwards I'll be like, you're doing.
That was a bad decision.
You only need one. I promise.
I know.
You only need one.
I know. Look, I'm the type of person I learn from experience. I don't learn from other people's mistakes. I learn from my mistakes. So that is the reason I say that. That's why.
Listen, for the most part, I agree with that.
I say
I
because
do
that's
agree
how
with that.
that's how I became to the person who I am now because of the past things that have happened to me. So if I don't experience it, then I have nothing to say or I don't know what to do about it. If that makes sense. That's the reason why I kind of tell people like, if you need advice, hit me up because even though I am young, I'm only 27, about to turn 28 in November. I've been through a lot of shit, like when it comes to like different relationships, different people, different scenarios that happen with family and just the outside world. So yeah, I've experienced a lot, and that's why I'm so cool, calm, and collected, nonchalant, and able to easy to talk to, even though I have this chronic bitch face or resting bitch face.
He definitely does.
I do.
Is it
And
chronic?
He said chronic bitch face.
I call it chronic, but I know it's
Severe
resting.
condition.
Yeah, it's a severe. Look, because it runs in my family. Like, if you look at my mom, my sister, my brother, my grandma, my uncle, my aunties, the whole family has a resting bitch face. We all do. And for some reason, I don't know why, but people just come up like, oh, I like this, that, the third, da, 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 and want to talk to me. I'm like, bitch, what invited you to come talk to me? Leave me alone.
That does beg the question though. So Bob, like, I know you said you were with somebody. Like, what would you say your preferred personality type is? We hear Killums, obviously, but how about you? Like,
Listen, I just need someone who can like laugh and crack jokes back. Like, listen, I can't have someone who's like super serious. Like, as long as
I
we
feel
can just,
that. I feel that.
as long as we can just sit, like, if we're sitting together, right, watching a movie or something, or just chilling, and we just like crack a random joke and make the other person laugh, that's a win in my book. If you make the other person laugh and have a good time, you're good, because that chemistry, like that artificial chemistry, is just not going to be good for the relationship. It has to be like natural, come from like within. And if you can just have a good time with one another and have like those moments where you can share, where you can look back and laugh at it and kind of reminisce, that's a good sign in my book. I've like, when I've dated before and I can't like even make someone like smile or laugh, I'm like, we're done. Like, I'm not wasting time. I'm like, we're done.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You gotta have that humor.
Exactly.
Humor.
Exactly.
But I will say to you, sometimes you need to learn how to turn that shit off, because if you do that shit all the time, I'm like, all right, now you get annoying.
I don't know, that's
I need
what
someone
we had need to
to
talk.
feed
It's like, hold on, what's wrong? Why are you making these jokes every time?
Look, 'cause I had
I'm
somebody
nervous.
just like,
I'm
bro,
nervous when I'm around you.
Be like, my
Right.
cat just died. You want to make a joke? Man, I'm depressed. Let me cry.
Yep.
Oh man, but your cat just died. That's not. That's not.
But
not
knowing when to give each other space like that is also very important. As well.
Yeah, for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. There was it was a while ago that this lady was talking about relationships and how, when one of us is having a rough day and your partner, it's like, okay, you're having a rough day. And I know we talked about, giving them space and stuff like that. But she was saying, if you have a partner, husband, wife, partner in general, and they're just having an off day, you shouldn't give them 50%. You should be able to adapt and give the 100%.
Facts.
So you can make sure that they're good, and then vice versa. And then she was saying, like, in a relationship, you shouldn't just give 50-50. You should give 100-100. So I know with myself, it was always like, we're partners, so I've always said I'm going to give you 100% because that's just how I am. I want to give all that I possibly can to you in this relationship. So Bob, with that being said, do you typically give like your 100% if your partner's like, a little bit off that day or just needs to kind of, detach and just separate? Like, I don't want to dig too deep into that, but like how do you feel about that? Because I know a lot of people will probably be like, no, I'm like, we're partners, so I'm gonna get 50, he's gonna get 50, we're gonna combine and we're gonna give 100. But other people would prefer.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think every situation has to be 50-50. Especially when like those moments where, she needs her space. It's like, and I'm not perfect at this by any means. Sometimes it's like, well, I'm not going to talk to her. I'll give her space, let her do her own thing for now. And then maybe, a few hours go by and I do a check-in, say, hey, how's everything going? Do you need anything? You just want to just go out and grab a bite to eat. And so a lot of times, it's just kind of like reevaluating the situation. But I agree. I don't think everything needs to be 50-50. A lot of times it's good to do, 80-20 or, 100 and 100 for both sides. I guess it depends on the situation. And I believe the more time you spend with someone, you really start to learn, the right moments to intervene. You learn different triggers, you learn different scenarios. And I feel like as much as you want to know someone perfectly, I don't think you ever will, because we are always changing and humans are very complicated creatures. So the more you speak with someone, the more you're going to learn. That may change years down the line. Things happen. And going back to the word adaptability, can you adapt to ever-changing scenarios?
Yes.
And the best way to do that is through communication and to learn from one another. You will make mistakes. You will have to say, I'm sorry, I should have done this differently. And you swallow your pride, you make that confession, and then you move on. So I still have a lot to learn, especially because I have a hard time bringing my emotion out, and I keep my head in the sand a lot. I'm very guilty of that. I don't like difficult situations. I lock myself into a room, and that's it. But
he's an implode until it figures itself out. Fuck it.
Yep. About 6 hours later, I'm like, let's go out and get hamburgers, please.
No.
I hope that answers your question. I hope that.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah.
It definitely does. Because I was listening, I was like, that's a way to put it. Because I think for me personally, I know that, and I bring it up every time, I suck at communication. I really do. I really do. And that's something that I need to learn and work on. And I tell my partners, whatever they may be, that I suck at this. So I'm just letting you know up front. If I don't say anything,
be prepared for this. I'm bad at this.
It's not you. It's just I look at it and I'm just like, I don't feel like talking.
Just a side note, I'm trash at this part of the relationship, so you just get what you get.
It's like you're seeing me now, and this is how I am. But when you start texting me, probably won't get a response until 2 hours later, or maybe tomorrow.
This part of my relationship is still under maintenance. I'm gonna need you to just...
I'm just letting you know. This is your stop right here. If you want to stay or go.
Facts.
Sorry, you have reached Zion 723. I'm not able to take your message right now, but if you give me 3 to 5 business days, I will have that response for you.
Not 3 to 5
It's
business
just-
days.
It's just, I don't know, communication just, it's so, I feel like it shouldn't be tricky, but it can be so complicated. It can be so complicated at times. And especially when you're with the person that, you have similarities, but you're still two different people. So again, like you're saying, with the adaptability and just trying to see like their likes or dislikes and how they are as a person, rather, than in a relationship, because you want to make sure, you see them as a person, because I feel like that's two different things. Because you see, if you hang out with your friends or whatnot, some people say that one person in a relationship is completely different with their friends than they are within the relationship, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, you got to really understand that person, and then figure out what needs to happen and what you can do from there on out. But communication is key. We're gonna keep bringing that up for the 500th time.
I feel like the reason that communication is like kind of hard to do when you, especially like to be honest, in a relationship, like friendships, partnerships, stuff like that. I feel like the reason it's so hard is because especially if you're a people pleaser, you don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever the situation is.
Man, fuck their feelings. I'm to the point where I'm like, fuck your feelings, bro.
I mean, if
You getting the bluntness. You're getting bluntness. Sorry.
I get
Facts.
I don't know. I guess it's just me then, because that's why, like, I'm getting better at communication. I guess the reason I'm saying that is because of, like, I guess it depends on the situation. Like, if it's something that they're doing that they're doing and you don't like, you communicate that, and you know good and well that's gonna upset them, and now that's gonna be a whole issue. So now y'all have to sit there and figure out that issue. Because I have been through that multiple times, and that is why I'm starting to get better at communication. Hence the reason I say it. It's full circle again, that I learned from mistakes, from the stuff that I've been through. So I'm now getting better at communication. So I feel like that's most of like probably a smidgen of the reason why most people are like bad at communication. Then again, people, especially people with ADHD, your mind be going every goddamn where. you be forgetting the communication. You be like pew 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 pew, and then like hey, and be like, oh wait, I was supposed to talk to you about this. Hello, So I feel like that's the reason why, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I would almost argue that it's more communication is hard, not due to communication or lack thereof. I would argue that it's more a problem with comprehension. If you ever notice how people talk, like things, and this is why I don't like to text certain situations. People's comprehension of what you say can be the make or break of a relationship or a good day. Like it really can. Like how that person understands will definitely change the vibe of whatever you're talking about, which is why it's easier to generally speak to that person, whether it's video call, quick phone call, whatever. Like I'm not saying I don't mind texting because I hate being on the phone, but if it's something important, I would much rather talk to you about it, because again, if people have a weird comprehension of what you're saying, or I won't even call it weird, just have a different comprehension of what you're saying, it's going to lead into bigger problems. And I feel like people have experienced that over and over, and communicating as a whole has become hard. Like if you look at the way that we view things in society, saying one thing will start an argument and you may not even mean it that way. So I think ultimately people should work on how they understand shit rather than whether or not we talk to people. I think that'll come easier if we have a better understanding as a whole.
There's a whole Key and Peele skit about that.
I was just about to say
Is
that.
it? You know what? There is.
To say that. And he was like, "Oh, this motherfucker." He's like,
"Yeah, when they're on the phone."
He's like, "Oh, Jay, cool. You cool about it?"
He's like, "Yeah, okay, cool. It's whatever. It's whatever." Like,
oh yeah, I remember that. Okay.
He's like, "Oh shit."
I literally was just thinking about that. I'm like, "Yep, that's
you
that's
want to do this
good
now?"
example.
He's like, "Do you want to do this now?" "Yeah, sure. Let's go." "Oh, sure, let's go." Like, oh, this mother. He's like kicking shit over in his kitchen, like.
And he's on the other side, just like, yeah.
He's just chill. He's like, oh.
He shows up to the bar ready to fight, and he's all like, "Hey man, come on, grab a seat. I got you a drink."
Literally.
Facts.
But that's real. That's real. Like seriously,
I feel as though in a relationship, or I would say this, like, me and my wife, our relationship, we have a motto, which is just friends first. Like,
I like
being
that motto.
like being able to communicate to each other as friends before, our relationship is a lot better. It makes things a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know, it's so weird. It's not weird. It's comforting, right? That I'm not conversating with my wife as though she's just my wife and that's it. Like, she's supposed to be my friend, right?
Yeah.
That's why my motto went from giving 200%, 100% of the time to it's okay to fuck your friends.
It is.
In that context, that's very applicable, if you will.
There you go.
All right, how about that?
Before we continue on, Gian, do you have the quote of the week? Do you have that, or we're gonna skip past that?
So mental health is not a destination, but a process. It's about how you drive, not where you're going.
I like.
I like that.
Not the poetry fingers.
Literally.
Alright.
Noam Spencer, he's a PhD. He's got a PhD. He's a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
He a doctor.
Just saying.
He a doctor.
He a doctor.
I know we technically already in this section of the podcast where we just talk, so I guess I ain't really much to say. But I do have like something that we can actually dive into that's like on a different scale. So
Okay.
like Shion was saying earlier before we started the stream, I legit got this question or topic off of when I was streaming Honkai Star Rail, and it was an instance that happened where they asked a kid's opinion on a political standpoint, and the kid low-key made sense, and it made me think we should ask kids more often about world situations without actually like telling them, like make it like kid friendly. And I want to know your thoughts about like getting kids insights on like government things and like world hunger, like what would they do to stop world hunger or different viruses or some shit like that, just to like get kids insights, because kids are smarter than what they seem. They might do some dumb ass shit from time to time, but they are smarter than what we think. So I just want to get y'all opinion on that. Like, what y'all think on that? What y'all thoughts on that?
I would agree to that, to doing things like that under the stipulation, not so much as putting it in a kid-friendly way, but more so that we're properly educating the kids. So that would take a responsibility from the people in power already. If you look, like, especially if you do any, like, me, social economics is my shit. That's what I like looking into. Anything social or anything going on with our government, etc. I like to watch. The people who care most about humanity right now is a good tie between millennials and Gen Z, specifically Gen Z. They are probably in the last 5 generations the most humanitarian generation out of all of us. But that's because they also had the knowledge and the know-how to see what's going on. Like, yes, social media has got its backfires, but because of social media, a lot of the generation now leading into Gen Alpha, they now know what's going on around the world. They know what's happening in our government. They know what's happening in our cities, in our states, our governors, all this weird shit that's happening in the background. We need to, as a society, to be prepared to be able to educate them properly, and then yes, give them an honest opinion on how they would like to have it change or what they would do, because I would guarantee you that would give them more incentive to want to be into the government, to want to change the world, to want to do these important things that they think kids have no business being in. But if they know about it, then they'll want to change it. There's a lot more people who are willing to do that now, but they already know that the system's kind of fucked. So there's not really much they can do other than get on social media. So yeah, I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
So, go ahead, Bob. Go.
No, I agree. I feel like it's always, especially with the younger generation being more vocal, especially when I look at it from so I'm on TikTok a lot, right? And I see a lot of like the young generation shaking up like corporate America, for example.
Yes.
Like they are starting to sniff out the BS. They're starting to figure out, why are we doing it this way for all this time? It should be this approach. We should be doing it this way. And I think, especially with children at a young age, there are ways to teach them what's going on in the world with different, programs or conversational pieces, or how you address like really tough discussions with children. But at the age where they're able to start to formulate their own ideas, to comprehend what's going on, to kind of share emotion, like ask questions, I feel like it's always a good start to do that, because you want them to be aware of what's happening in the world, and you don't want to like shield them from anything that could impact them as they get older, especially when it comes to figuring out, how does our government work?
Yeah.
When they get to that age where they can go to the ballot box and actually think and start to make a difference by putting a vote in for someone they believe can change the world they live in, having some type of context of what's going on around them is always a good thing. And especially with social media, which can be very, toxic and bad for the mind. It's, parents, and especially, we have more millennial parents coming out, starting their families. We've grown up with technology. We know how to use technology. I think the younger generation are in a better position now, because we've gone through, like, we know how to use technology, and we know what the right ways to deliver this information to a younger audience, to maybe our own families, and say, hey, here's what you should know, what's going on in the world, and here's the best way to learn about that. And that could be, what sources are more valuable to read, some podcasts even, or just any type of media that we can deliver to a younger audience to understand what is happening around them, so that as they get to that age where they can be more critical thinkers, they can start to take action and feel like they can be more prominent figures in society to actually make a difference and push change and push movement in the future, because they are the ones who are going to guide their generation to whatever it comes next. So it's I give kudos to the Gen Z's, alphas, like they're the ones who understand it. They're not putting up with BS. They know what they want, and people should take their words seriously, because they're the ones who are going to make differences. I 100% agree about that. Yeah,
they're gonna be the next ones to run it, man. They might as well.
They are. Yep, absolutely. Don't mess with them. Don't you have you have, again, going back to the whole corporate thing. You have more older younger Gen Xers, millennials going into corporate. We're already fed up with some of the stuff that we see, and they know that we're trying to align with the Gen Zers and the Gen Alphas, because we see it too. We want to make it a better place for everybody to want to work, want to live, want to breathe, want to contribute to society.
Right.
So it's important, and we're seeing a movement. We've seen the movement. I think a bigger one's coming, so it's going to be exciting to see what happens with that.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm ready for more of these Gen Zers to start buying more stocks and rocketing that shit to the moon, because eat the rich, you know what I'm saying,
bro?
that was an amazing spectacle to behold. It wasn't just it wasn't just millennials doing it. It was Gen Zers. These trust fund babies, they don't care, bro.
They jumped on the train so fast,
so quick. GameStop's market shares went up so high. It was so crazy to just watch. And everybody was just like, hold to the moon. We're holding these stocks to the moon. Yo, whoever was trying to buy out GameStop at that time got completely fucked over.
Game got royally fucked. It was fantastic.
Every minute of that. So I'm excited. Yeah, they had their pitfalls with some of the crazy crap, NyQuil chicken, Tide Pods, but they're really showing out. Like, these kids are like, they're just changing the landscape of how humanity should be. or how I feel like humanity, like the way humanity should go. They're
Yeah.
like out here disowning racist family members. Like it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
they're putting their, you know, they're putting their I
Their
would
foot
say
down,
evil,
bro.
but
Like,
there's no, yeah, they're putting their foot down. They're outing these people that are corrupt. Like
Mhm.
I think that's amazing, honestly. Um,
Amazing.
but talking like I'll give you a crazy example. My little brother, at the age of 6, had a firm political stance. That's all I'm going to say. He just had a firm political stance, and it still shows to this day that he still has that same mindset. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys don't think that these kids are watching
Oh, they watching.
and
they
listening?
watching, bro.
They are watching and they are listening. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past him to be a political figure when he gets older. Like, honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. Like, honestly, I think he would make some good changes if he decides that's the path that he wants to go down.
I would love to see it, man. I hope that I'm around to see a major change like that. Like to piggyback on that, one of the big examples of someone trying to make like significant change. If you guys have ever watched any TikTok, if you guys have ever seen or Instagram, JJ Williams,
JJ
Yeah.
Williams,
Yep.
this kid.
that kid is phenomenal, bro. I'm telling you, JJ Williams is on the path to something great. I don't know what it is, but that motherfucker gonna change some shit. He's gonna change some shit, bro. He is on a great path, and I would love to see more upcoming like teenagers to young adults do just that. Like not necessarily as extreme, but he has his information, he has his studies, he has his backings, he has his sources, he has his own mindset and why he believes that, and that fucker stands up to whatever challenge it is. Like one of the things about having a conversation is that if you're gonna have a belief, it has to be able to stand up to criticisms. And he can stand up to fucking criticisms, bro. 100%.
He's got the receipts to prove it. That's the crazy part.
Hell of
Every
receipts.
time.
Every time. Hell of them. I'm just like, good lord, my God, what are you? Jesus.
Where did you even get this information?
Right. What are you researching to get what you looking for? Like, come on. I'm here for it. But good
Bro.
lord. But to somebody Raptor said he said that also add, never base your thinking on just one or two places, always look for more information. And that just made me think like that's like Gen Z, just like anybody in the younger generation. This is the reason why I would like to hear like stuff from them, because older, like the baby boomers and all them stuff, like all them people like that, they are so narrow-minded. Like, and the younger generation, they are looking outside the box on solutions or in just things in general. Hence the reason why TikTok is so fucking addicting, because the amount of entertainment that you never thought would be so entertaining. Like you be like,
yes,
like because you like low-key you'll think like, oh, this would be boring as hell, and then they do it and then be like, wait a minute, hold on, I had this idea, but this is so entertaining to watch. Like it really just it depends on the execution of whatever you're trying to do. Like legit, somebody could probably live stream a fucking watermelon on stream and somehow make that shit entertaining. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure. You know what? Why the fuck did I use
watermelon?
Do it.
The watermelon rubber band.
I've seen people do it. Like there was this dude who took a boiled egg, right? And he took this little fucking spoon scalpel thing, and he's peeling back pieces of the fucking egg.
Yes.
And like he had like 2,000 people in his live waiting for him to peel this and he's milking the shit out of it. He's like, oh, come on guys, come on, give me one more like, and then he'll get like another 100 likes, and he'll pinch it just a little bit and flick it off. All right, guys, we almost got it that time. Give me another like. They won't make anything.
I don't understand why.
I don't understand it either, but he had enough to have like 2K people in his shit, so you can make damn near anything entertaining.
Definitely.
And this AI shit, the little AI TikTok thing with the lady who started
Oh,
it. First
God.
off, I get it, I understand it's entertaining for some people, but god damn it, that shit is so fucking stupid to me. Why?
To be fair, though, some people are doing some really cool shit with the AIs. Like if you see like the TikTok dancers, they're doing a dance routine and then they're overlapping themselves with AIs, and it's a morphing AI of like 40 different like images of themselves. That shit is dope.
Yeah, no,
that shit
was
was clean as fuck.
But what I mean about that is that lady who was like, what is it?
Gang.
Gang.
Yeah.
Ooh, Glizzy, like, bro, that.
Oh, you mean the live NPCs?
Yeah, the live NPCs.
Yeah, the live
that
NPCs.
shit
Okay.
is stupid. That is the dumbest shit.
Okay. I have no defense for that one, except I don't know
I
how
don't
motherfuckers
think
are getting
nobody
money.
do.
They getting money, bro. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not knocking their
go-
hustle. I'm not knocking their hustle at all.
If I could go live on TikTok, I'd do it. I'd do it for a little bit.
Just gotta get
Listen.
100K. That's it. Not 100K,
You
but
would-
1K. 1K.
yeah, apparently you need one kid to go live on TikTok. But listen,
Yeah.
that would be all fun and games until someone started spamming glizzies. Like, I don't think I could keep doing that noise.
Oh,
I'd be like,
Glizzy.
ooh, gawk, gawk,
Yeah.
gawk. Ooh, gawk,
Like,
gawk,
the
gawk.
glizzy.
Ooh, gawk, gawk,
Like,
gawk.
there's no way I can do that for 4 hours, bro. Yeah.
Ooh, gawk, gawk, gawk. Ooh, gawk, gawk, gawk. No,
Mm-mm.
sorry.
Mm-mm. But no.
And they be grown men too. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, the most cringiest one is the NPC Spider-Man one. That shit was so cringy. I could not watch that like.
See him all the time, bro. Did you see the one that made him break character?
I
though?
did see that. I did see that.
That shit was funny.
He was in character. And somebody said something. He was like, "Bro, what's up? What you want to do?" I was
He's
like,
like,
"Hey, what? Wait, hold on.
He's
What
like,
is
back the fuck up, let me do my nurse shit before I beat your ass. I'm like,
He's
oh shit.
I was
Like,
oh, okay. He about that. He about that life. Okay, I'm here for it.
man says not playing. He said, you gonna let me be a nerd, you gonna catch these hands. Like,
So, how do you feel about nerd culture becoming mainstream? How do you feel about
ooh,
that?
that's a good question.
Nerd culture becoming mainstream?
Mm-hmm.
About damn time. No. Listen, I like nerds for as long as I can, because I grew up as a nerd, you know, playing like card games and video games and all that stuff, and it's like we loved our little own world, just hanging out with our friends and doing the things we wanted to do and enjoy that. And yeah, it's becoming more mainstream, and I feel like more people are being exposed to how awesome some of these nerdy cliques are and the things that we like to do, and that's great. But I feel like as long as you don't lose the charm of it, like you like it because you really do enjoy it and you really do love the whether you're new to it or you grew up with it, and
Facts.
it's easy to sensationalize these things and forget to lose the real meaning why we like the nerdy things, because it's like a safe place for us to really enjoy what we really like, and we can connect with other people. As long as you don't lose that, I think that's fine. I think getting more people to join us and enjoy, like, again, video games or anime or comics or any of that stuff, you know, we're welcoming. Please join us. We have plenty to go around and have a good time. But I mean, I'm okay with it. I feel like again, you don't lose the reason why you become a geek or a nerd or do what you do. As long as that's still true to who you are and deep down you really enjoy it still, that's fine by me. Have fun. Bring some new folks in. We're taking over the world. Nerds rule the world. We know that. We know that.
I just want to say,
I feel it. Here
I
it goes.
get you. I'm with you on that. Be more welcoming. But I will say, if the only thing that you do is watch Dragon Ball Z and play COD, I don't count you as a nerd.
Hold on, leave Dragon Ball Z alone. You gonna leave DBZ alone, fam?
No, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not saying don't like Dragon Ball Z or like it's nothing wrong, because I'm also a Dragon Ball. Look at my shirt. It is Vegeta. Come on now, it's screaming, but it's four
And one of
star,
the best
2
versions
star.
of Vegeta. Yeah, I would say
Two
one of the
4
best
star.
versions, if you want me to be honest.
True facts. But the reason I say that is people nowadays are, because society are more accepting of nerds now. They are accepting of nerds now. I will say that, and I'm So fucking happy. Good lord. But now people want to ride the wave and be like, oh yeah, I be
True.
watching Dragon Ball Z, I be playing COBs, like, cool. What else? They're like, that's it. Oh, I play 2K. Like, no. Oh, I watch. I watch. They don't call it Naruto. They say Naruto. Like, see, that's how I know you fucked up. That's how you know you fucked up, because you said Naruto. No, it's Naruto or Naruto. Either one works. Either one, because I say Naruto because I'm a fucking.
Which is the correct way to say it, though, to be honest.
Big ass weeb. I'm an otaku here. Look, if you don't know what the fuck an otaku is, I don't consider you as a nerd. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, but I'm
That's
not sorry.
wild.
Crazy, David.
That's wild. I do have to piggyback off that though, because I mean that is, I would say overall, I'm glad that the whole nerd like culture has become a lot more widely accepted. I will say, of course, like any good thing comes something negative or some backlash, and that is that it's become the cool thing to be nerdy now, to where it's bled into people using nerd stuff to thirst trap, or business are trying to like use nerd stuff to try to like push their business as far as reaching out to anyone who will wear it. Now it's the cool thing to do, so people who never thought about it, never wanted to be nerdy, are trying to be nerdy. So now it's a whole thing.
Also being
And,
sexualized,
like-
I don't like it.
No, that's always been a thing. I'm not gonna put that on everybody else. No. That's always been a thing. That's been a thing since God knows how long. Like people trying to smash Pokemon have always
No,
been a
that's
thing.
not what
It's
I
weird.
mean. That's not what I mean. No, people, what I mean about that, people are like, oh, these nerd guys, these nerd girls, oh, they freaky. Get you one. Like, bro, don't.
Oh,
We are
We go in
introverted
it-
as fuck. Don't come to us with all that. But yeah, we
but
are
they're not
freaky.
wrong though.
They're not wrong. But don't just put that out there in the world like we all just gonna like dive deep into that motherfucker instantly. No, we're introverts. You
Fair.
gotta get to know us first. You gotta figure
Fair.
out who our favorite goddamn Naruto character, or fucking, you know what? Our favorite what's Hunter x Hunter character, or Assassination Classroom. Who's your favorite Assassination Classroom character? How about that? Ask me that, because a lot of people don't know about Assassination Classroom who's not in the nerd community.
True. That's true. But yeah, I would agree. There's a lot of like overhyping of the nerd culture nowadays.
Mm-hmm. I'm sick of this shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
I heard them. Leave them the fuck alone.
What about you, Kay? How you feel about all
Well,
this?
she made a face when I said otaku.
Uh-huh.
I saw that shit. I saw it. I ain't gonna hold you. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
I haven't either. Listen, I still haven't watched Saint Seiya.
No, I know about
I know
it. Don't get me wrong. I know about it, but
Saint Seiya.
I still ain't watched Saint Seiya, bro.
yeah.
Y'all saying all these animes, and I'm like,
What's the English name of that?
Look, you seen Sailor
Yes.
Moon, have you?
I say, here's a question. Because
There you
everyone
go,
has at
you're
least
fine.
seen some anime, right?
Yeah, you
Oh,
seen
yeah.
some anime.
I watched. What was the last one that I watched? It was like, fuck. It was like this demon, and he's like half demon, half human now, and he has to go through life trying to not kill his friend or something. I forgot what it's called, but somebody suggested me to watch it, and
When-
it's really good.
Well, you said have
Half
him
human,
been half
So,
demon.
yeah, okay, yeah, that doesn't really.
Listen, you have to narrow that
I would
down
say,
a little
yeah, because
bit.
That-
the first
that
thing that came to my head
doesn't
was
really do
Black
too
Clover.
much.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, that went all the way from
That-
Black
that-
Clover
that-
back to
that
like
doesn't
Inuyasha kind of shit. You know what I'm
That
saying?
doesn't
Like,
narrow anything down. So all I remember is that all I remember is that he was attracted to this girl that he met at a coffee shop, and they ended up going out on a date.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes.
Tokyo Ghoul. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yes.
yeah.
And then ended up.
Stop at the first season and
Hey,
read the rest
Charlie.
of it. I'm just saying that. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Hey, yo, facts. Read it. Don't watch it.
Yeah, watch the first
Damn.
season and read the rest of it.
All right, well, cool. So you've at least all seen some anime. What would you say? Not newer anime. So we gonna leave Hunter x Hunter and Demon Slayer and all that stuff alone. We gonna leave My
I'll try
Hero.
to do, but
I
okay.
haven't watched.
I mean, listen, it's newer to the population.
Overlord. I watched that too.
Overlord is
Overlord is
cool.
cool.
I still gotta
I
watch
love
fourth
that.
season.
Overlord is cold.
I actually literally sat down and watched that show. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I like this.
I just want to say, what is like one of your like favorite like old animes, like one that you may think no one might know about, if you have one.
Okay,
This is for everybody, by the way. This is not just for
don't.
kids.
So don't
Oh.
judge me.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
When I was with my ex, because he really was into Daft Punk,
Okay.
they had that whole like movie, and for some reason that was like my favorite one. And there is another one where there's like the spider lady and she has a vagina made of teeth.
Nope.
So that's another anime that I really
What
like.
anime is that?
Goddamn.
Yeah, it
That's
was
an
really
old
cool.
one. I can't even
He
remember
would-
the name of that.
he would
I know
kill
exactly
her.
what she's talking
Yeah,
about.
I
That
love
sounds like
that.
some Wicked City type shit. Like
I loved it. I was like, whoa. Like she's like a spider lady, but her vagina was made of teeth, and it was great. I was like,
Good lord. All right.
this is how I knew I was a special one.
I
Different.
ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
She said Spider Lady. The first anime that came to my head was Monster Mune. Monster Mune, I think that's how you pronounce it.
But it's not that one. It's an older anime.
Yeah.
very
But that was the
old.
first thing that came to my head. But to answer your question, T-Time, an anime. You said an older anime, right?
Mm.
Like how old we?
Okay,
talking
when I
about?
say older, I just mean one that's not like mainstream. I don't. It's not like a
No,
set
not
time
like
frame.
Oh, that's-
one that's just not
Hunter x
mainstream.
Hunter.
Easy.
or-
My favorite anime
Oh,
of
what
all
was it?
time. No Game, No Life. Not
Was it
a lot
Wicked
of
City?
It was
Sorry.
Wicked City, though.
Wicked City.
Was
Okay.
Wicked City?
Wicked City is twisted. I'm sorry. Continue, man.
I love
I'm gonna
Wicked
say
City.
No Game, No Life. Not a lot of people know about it, and if people know about it, they don't watch it because of one little thing.
Okay.
But that's besides the point. We ain't gotta get into that.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
If you know, you know. If you don't know, go watch No Game, No Life. Then you'll understand why people hard time watching it.
There's a reason for it. I will say that.
But
There's a
if you can
very
get-
good reason for
If
it.
you can get past that one thing, it's a great anime, and I hate that the creator got sick, and that's why they stopped. Well, the anime stopped. The book kept going, but the book, I think, ended. The novel has ended.
I'm trying to think of. So I'm a huge Lupin the Third fan. So Lupin the Third has been a classic of mine. Also Slayers. That was yeah, Slayers was really good. And then I'm giving you a top three right now.
Okay.
So Lupin the Third was up there. Slayers, and then before the reboot, I'm pretty sure people knew about Trigun, but
Yeah.
the original Trigun is still, I think, one of my favorite animes of all time. But I would say Slayers and Lupin has a memory of what I was growing up with in like the 90s of just watching those animes, and like, this is fun. I love this. So I still miss it. I still miss those.
Okay.
Older
okay.
anime that people don't really know.
I just got one. I'm so sorry.
Rosario Vampire.
Oh, that was a good
That's
one.
actually
I liked it.
that's a pretty good one. That was not a bad one.
I like
Yeah.
that.
So have yet
Rosario
to
plus
watch that
Vampire?
one. So
Say
I
what?
want to watch that one.
Yeah,
On Disney
Rosario
Plus.
Vampire is fire.
That is a good one. Okay. Before you go, continue on or go to done. There's one anime I know a lot of people they slept on, and y'all two know about it. Air Gear. That shit was so fucking
Yes.
fire. Air Gear is so good. Oh, Bob knows.
Character was
Air
so
Gear is so
know,
good.
yeah.
Oh my god, it was crazy. I just so happened to stumble across it on Netflix. I was like, "What is this?" They run
Yep.
like going on blades and shit. I was gonna watch this, and I just sat there. Was like, and I hate how
Air
it ended.
Gear
Though.
is super slow.
Yo,
Like the way they
But
ended, it
you
looked
have
like it was
to-
more seasons gonna come.
You have to read the manga.
Bet.
Barack Obama's in the manga. All I'm gonna say.
What?
Obama.
That's how
There's
long the
no
manga
way.
went on. Barack Obama is in the manga.
That's crazy.
That's
Um,
wild.
But
It's true. I just had to look it up. It's
That's wild.
it is the manga is so good. The story is a lot deeper. It's deep. And I know they animated one of the mangas as a movie, like a OVA. So you can watch that as well. But if you don't read the manga, you will not know what's going on in the OVAs. God, Air Gear. Big Buddha, that's my guy, okay? That is my dude.
Yo, Air that was goated.
I just got another question. Go ahead, Two-Time. I'm gonna let you go. It's something right.
I bet. So initially, one of my favorite ones used to be Future Diaries, but that's become a lot more mainstream now than it was. So I can't say it's under the radar. Like that shit's on Hulu now, I think. But I used to really like the early 2000s, like late 90s kind of anime.
Mm.
One of my favorite. I have two. One, Fist of the North Star. Really good at graphic. Yes, it's definitely a dude anime kind of, but like really good actual anime. If you haven't watched it, yes, the animation is going to be a bit old, but watch it anyway. Another one that very few people know about that I thought was really good was Shadow Skill.
Never heard.
Most people haven't. Like Shadow Skill is a very old one. In fact, when they did the English voice acting for it, they had the voice acting out of Canada. It wasn't even in America.
Oh damn.
But the main protagonist is actually a woman who is ancient.
Yeah.
So Zion knows. Yeah, Zion knows that she was a badass though, bro. She was crazy with it. Yeah, Ella Ragu, the 56th of all, bro. Like she was crazy. It's one of those things that, like, for me, like, it not only let a woman have a lead role raising like a younger guy as her younger brother, as this ancient art, and there's a reason behind this ancient art. The women were slaves, and so her entire fighting style is just with her feet. Like, and I'm talking, she's crazy with it. But it's because the women were slaves during that time, and they were bound by their hands. So they came up with the shadow skill to like learn how to fight and defend themselves, and they have these really crazy skills. And it's older, and not a lot of people know about it, but it's a surreal fucking anime. Like, y'all should really watch that shit.
Okay.
It reminds me of that one anime that was out that is like, spoiler alert, but the character ends up just having like a reverse Super Saiyan. So like, instead of his hair going from black to blonde, his hair goes from blonde to black.
Oh.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is it also a martial arts one?
Yes.
What is it?
And his best friend's name was Bob.
Yeah, Tenjei Tenju. Yes, bro. Yeah, Tenjei Tenju. Yeah, bro. That was I'm kind of mad because I don't think they ever finished that anime. I think
They didn't.
They never finished it.
Mm-mm. We got one season and that was it. Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple is another good anime.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple? Oh,
No,
man.
I have. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, that show was really good too. You should check it out if you like martial arts.
Yeah, he got his ass whooped a lot in that anime though.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, training that man, they beat the brakes off of him, bro.
They really did. Opachai.
Yes.
I'm gonna teach you how to do Muay Thai. If you do it incorrectly, you'll kill your opponent. But if you do it correctly, you'll kill your opponent. I'm like, bro.
He was my favorite one, fam. Okay, so see, we all have a little bit of anime knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I like that. And it's because anime is more popular now, though.
That's because I'm a late bloomer. I probably would have had a whole slew of shit if I would have started like in middle school, low key.
See
I
that, and that's
anime
kind of
with my mama and my uncle. So
yeah, I started. Soon
that's
as
kind of when I
left high school.
started, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what was crazy? I started watching anime. I remember when Stars was an actual channel.
mm-hmm.
Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? They used to have like those weird Saturday anime features. They would come on like 8, 9 o'clock.
Oh,
That's how I found things like Fist of the North Star. I found Claymore on it. Yeah.
I was talking about the late nights.
Claymore.
He's talking about that after night.
Hold up, that was a
No,
different.
that's
That was a whole. Listen, that was a whole.
That was
different kind of
HBO and
anime.
Cinemax.
Oh no, that was HBO. Yeah.
HBO
No, like
and
Stars-
Cinemax.
Stars used to play the
Stars
raunchy ass anime. Yeah, that's Stars used to play the raunchy anime on like late Saturday nights. That's what Wicked City used to be on.
Yes,
Like, Wicked
and I
City
love
played
that.
on Stars, bro. That's where I saw it. I was like, I should not be watching it.
I was like, I'm watching this.
I'm like,
I'm a child and I don't know what's going on, but this looks cool. And she has.
I
Y'all remember
should've
growing
told
up,
you
like,
none of that.
watching
Killing
like
people.
watching cable or watching TV, and you have like what you're trying to watch, but you also have the emergency channel on the previous channel playing.
Yeah.
So someone comes in the room, you like click previous channel. Yeah, and then when they leave, previous channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mhm.
used to have that in emergency channel locked in, or the TV guide. The TV guy
Yeah.
channel. Yeah. What you doing? I just want to see what's on.
I'm just wondering.
Oh, damn well you had a channel already.
Mm-hmm.
But no, something came up in chat that that grinds my gears about the anime community, hell, to the nerd culture in general. This whole thing of getting on people about watching sub or dub, like.
Let's talk about it.
Debate.
No,
We
let's
ended
talk about
this.
it. I'm here.
We
There's
ended
a
this
skit.
debate.
I'm here
There's
for
a
this.
skit.
Did we?
There's a skit. Continue. There's a skit that I saw, and people were going in. I was like, "This is great."
It don't
But
make
continue.
it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, bro, let people watch their anime how they want to. Don't get on them before watching. Goddamn
I don't give a
dub.
fuck. If you're watching this dub, I'm punching you straight in your throat. Respect.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
See, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Right down there, yeah. See, no.
So I'm gonna hit you.
Watch how
I'm
you
gonna
watch
hit you
it.
guys up. This is what opened my eyes to this debate way back in the day, right? Way back in the day when this debate was all over the internet, right? This is what opened my eyes. If you don't speak Japanese, you don't know if it's bad Japanese voice acting or not.
Exactly. Plot twist, 90% of it is. And I won't say it's bad, but what people don't understand is that when they do these anime voices, Japanese people don't speak this way. It is over exaggerated on purpose. That extra come in side bullshit that you hear, that shit is over exaggerated on purpose. The people in Japan don't speak like that. So people will go out, be these otakus or whatever else, thinking they're gonna go to Japan and see the cherry blossoms and get called Nissan in person, and it's not gonna happen. It's just not how they speak to people.
Now their feelings hurt.
Yeah, because it's been multiple times I didn't watch certain animes dubbed and sub. I will say some instances it's more funnier in sub, like
That's true.
what was it, Fire Force Dr. Giovanni when he
Yeah.
was smacking old buddy with the fucking cane. Like what he was like, I
saw
forgot what
that
he was
one.
saying, but it was just hilarious in sub, better than in dub. But there is
Sometimes. Go ahead.
I would say that the only instance, and then there is Haikyuu in dub when they brought in the one of the players back. He was like on hiatus because he like hurt somebody and he was scared to play volleyball again. And they brought him back on. He played his first game. Out of nowhere, he spiked the ball for the first time. He was like, "Yeah!" And in the background, all you hear is, "Damn, that's a grown ass man." That shit was so motherfucking funny.
Oh, you know what dub is good? It's a newer anime. It's called The Legendary Hero is Dead. Okay.
I've seen that. Is it good? Because I've been meaning to look into it.
I saw one scene and said I have to watch this dub, and then I showed it to my wife, and now we can't stop quoting the show.
I know
okay?
exactly what you're about to quote. I know it. Go ahead.
So the chick was all like, she was outside, right? She only had on a bikini and a, like her bikini outfit, right? And she's just like, she's talking to the main character. She's like, "What are you doing out here?" And she's like, and he's like, "I'm just coming to help my half-naked friend that's just running out here."
Oh.
Girl, what you doing out here with all this booty? That line killed me. I was like, this is not the dub. This cannot be the dub. And I watched the dub, and it was, that dub is on point, bro. There's one chick in there. She's just like, she's talking about his body, right? Like, he has to be able to maintain his form, but also maintain the sacred sword. And she's just like, you can't maintain both with your measly amount of mana. The way she says mana it kills me every time, yo. It's like, the show is great. You gotta watch it. The Legendary Hero is Dead. You have to watch it. It's a great dub.
There's another one that was like that says some really outlandish shit. I want to say, is it called like Ghost Stories or something?
Oh,
No, okay,
my
Ghost Stories is a different.
Yes.
Ghost
Hey,
Stories is a
bro.
different ball game.
Yes.
That show's a different ball game. Okay.
Oh my god.
if I'm not mistaken, didn't they like when they was doing the dub, the director or something just told them just like have fun with that shit or something like that? Wasn't it like something
Something like
It's-
that.
It's because when they got the anime, they didn't get the script, so they weren't able to translate it. So they were just like, "Fuck it, let's do it," and they just went crazy. They went real crazy with
Shit
that
is
show.
so fucking.
It's that video you can Google right now. The dude
It's
is out
so
right. The
funny
chick is
to
out
me.
running around like on the track scene, and I
It's
forgot
so
where this
hilarious.
what led up to it. But all of a sudden, you just hear the dude in the back trying to get her to go fast. He's like, "Think of a big black guy chasing you!" Like,
Oh yeah, no, it was the little. Okay, so what happened was the little kid was training for the school
For the marathon.
for the marathon
Yes,
for the school,
bro.
and the little boy was trying to like he was trying to get his speed up, and he was like, "Think of a big black man chasing you." He was like, and, he said, "Oh well, we know he's not racist."
it's so out of pocket, bro.
That dub is ridiculous. And the funny thing is that the original Japanese, the Japanese dubbing of it, like, it wasn't popular in Japan. It
It's
flopped,
crazy.
but we love it over here because of how raunchy and just out of left field that entire thing is.
I just hate the fact that I actually like mimic that little kid's voice with ease. I don't like.
Look, you watch it too much.
No, it's not that I
I've
watch
seen
it too
too
much.
many
It's just,
times.
I just have like a very good range of my voice. Like that's why I was like thinking about becoming a voice actor, low key. Low key. I don't know. I be making weird ass. If y'all ain't seen me in my stream, like the weird ass noises that I be making, like.
You do
question-
be making some weird ass noises, bro.
So if you make,
Huh?
Yeah, a
I
lot
don't
of
trust
weird
you and your
noises.
voices.
Why?
I don't trust it.
That's crazy.
I do not trust it.
I want to know if Bob has any questions for us. I want to know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
let's
Bob's
just
thought
ask
is.
that.
Uh huh.
Oh, pressure's on me now. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
You
know,
know,
I see-
reversing this bitch, Bob. Like,
Well, I mean, I'm curious. Like, I mean, I know Xavier because, like, you know, we play card games, and you know, he kicks my ass sometimes, but you know, it's all good. But I want to know, like, how did you all meet? Like, because I love the energy that you have between each other. I want to know, how did this come about?
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna have to take the lead on this one because, to be honest with you, they probably later on down in the line they would have probably found each other, but it's because of me. Like, who's the first person? Two-Time was the first person that I met, and I hit off with him because I came in his stream because somebody raided out to him. I think it was Dari
Sensei?
Yeah, he raided out the Two-Time.
It might have been Dari Sensei.
Yeah, he raided out the Two-Ton, and I found Two-Ton, and we hit it off from there. Shion, I met him through Discord because of Kale's dad, Chris. Met him through Discord, and Kay got raided in through Yaz. Yaz raided to me, and Kay found me like that. And in the process of actually like a month after she got raided into me, I was already thinking about making a podcast, and I was just like, how I'm gonna do this, because on Sunday, this is the reason why it's on the TUS podcast is on Sunday, because every Sunday when I stream, I was always just talking, and at that point I was like, I'm gonna make a podcast, but I was like, I feel like if I sat here on the podcast by myself, it would be boring. So I was like, let me see who would be down to do a podcast. So I hit up Kay and I hit up Shion, and they was like, sure, why not? And that's how the TUS, when we sat down, talked about it, and we came up with the name TUS, which means take us seriously, for anybody who didn't know about that. Bob asking Killings about his nickname. Look, we ain't gotta talk about that right now.
Oh no!
We gotta talk about that right now.
Spotlight, man.
Wowzer.
That's crazy. I looked over and I saw that.
Wowzer.
But
Hey, bro.
But yeah, I asked them to, and they was like, yeah, and then we came up with the name TUS Podcast, and then we went off from there. And then Two-Ton, he was our first official guest on the podcast. He was our first official guest, and everything went well. It was like, fuck it, why not have Two-Ton as an honorary member? And one thing led to another, and now he's an official member as of last week, low key. Technically 2 weeks, but that's besides the point. So, and they met each other through me, through my streams, and through TUS podcast. That's how they met each other. That's how we all met.
Yeah. Big facts. I didn't really know Zion or Kay until after. I've known Killums for a while because Killums is another one who's been around in my stream for at least a year and a half, if not two. Killums has been there for a hot minute. And it was funny because when he brought me on as an honorary member, or actually he brought me on as the guest, it was even before they asked me to be an honorary member. I was thinking of ways to try to do my own podcast, and I just assumed it was going to just be me by myself. You know, a lot of podcasters do stuff like that. They start off solo, what have you. But I met everyone in here, and it was literally just a vibe, bro. It was super easy to talk to everybody. Zion's my spirit animal. You'll figure that out later. That man's personality is so crazy. Like, but you know, like I really enjoyed having everyone around. Kay is like, I love Kay. Kay's super sweet. I'm calling you out right here, Kay. Yeah. Talking to you. Don't shy now. Don't shy away. But yeah, it was really nice to kind of meet like everyone this way, and that's kind of one of the things that I talk about a lot, where you'd be surprised at who you meet on Twitch, bro. Like you'd be surprised who can be a pillar for so much networking, and it's so crazy. But I've been happy to be a part of the podcast ever since they asked me, man. It's been great.
I'm very happy to have them.
I was gonna say, Kay, do you want to add anything to that story?
No, there are just some random dudes that I, just stumbled across, and that's it. No. Yeah, I mean, I think literally the first time Killums was literally like the first person that I met, and that was through Queen Yaz's raid, and I was sitting in his chat, and I was like, I think this is like my soul person, because he was, I don't know, I can't remember what you were playing, but you were talking about, just opening up, and if you need anybody to talk to, like, I'm here, and you're just really expressing it. And I was like, I really am digging this vibe. So it was that, and I think you rated out to 2-ton. Killums.
That's a possibility.
I think you literally, like, I stayed in Killum's chat, and he rated out to 2-ton, because 2-ton, I think it was on a Saturday, because you were getting lit. It was like a party, and you were having all these like parties going, and I was like, what is all these people? I was like, this is amazing to me. So yeah, so I literally met Killums and 2-ton pretty much the same day, and then Zion, how did we even come across?
Found out that you were a streamer, and I started coming to your streams.
This fucking guy.
This guy.
Yeah, you know I'm about to.
He's also the other voice too. My Sensual Saturdays.
Sensual Saturdays.
Which I haven't had in a while, so we're not going to talk about it. But
I was about to do it, but I didn't do it.
my whole lifeblood.
But yeah, but Killums asked me, I'm thinking about doing a podcast and I want to have you on, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool. I think that's gonna be fun. And not Yeats. Oh yeah, because you don't like ASMR. I forgot about that. This one's for you, Raptor. This is just
not the intentional torture, like
just for you.
That's awful.
But
that's so terrible.
But yeah, ever since then, I really do love these guys. I truly do. They've been a great bunch, and I love seeing them grow within their communities and within themselves as well too. Like all three of them are different in their own ways, and I just got love for them. They're like, I don't want to say you guys are like my older brothers, because that's weird. But
I would say I'm definitely younger than you.
You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. I was gonna say something, but like
exactly. That's why I said I'm not gonna say that.
I've been there, done that. I used to have a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story
Been there,
time.
done that. No.
No.
That big. Not gonna dabble into that. Not gonna go there.
No.
Not gonna go there.
To be honest with
That
you.
was the old me.
We'll wait till we're off the stream. I want to hear this.
That was the old Zion.
I want to hear. I'm nosy. I want to hear this.
So I will say this though. Look, I'm glad I picked them. It's been the best. Even though the ride is just now starting, so far the ride has been great, and I wouldn't trade them for anybody else at all.
First ride, would not recommend. I'm joking. No, Killums, no.
Say it again.
He always got it. He
Always,
got it.
always.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I always keep that thing on me. What you mean? It's either it stay tucked right here or it's gonna be right here on the desk. It's
You
either
see
way.
what he said? He's the ratchet one out of the whole group.
He the ratchet.
Let him right there. Let him right there. We can't take him nowhere.
With your
Yeah,
ghetto
man,
ass.
I know how to behave.
Ghetto ass.
I know how to behave. Time to
Ghetto
time.
ass.
I know when I need to be ratchet and when I don't need to be ratchet. It's okay.
Mhm.
Look, this is the perfect
Never
time
switch
for
off.
me to be ratchet, you know?
Never switch off.
But all in all, I just like how the fact that it started off with an idea and it was my baby until it turned into like our baby. And now it's just like ours instead of mine. Like, when people look at it, people see like if I explained everything from to the T, people would be like, oh, this is all Killums. This is like, no. Just because I created this, that, and the third, don't mean it's just mine. I got ideas from them. And so now it's to the point like with now Two-Ton is actually now making our logos now. He's making our logos. To be honest, I wouldn't even care if this man revamped the TUS logo if he wanted to. If he wanted to revamp the
I ain't
TUS
gonna lazy
logo,
work y'all like that.
like if he really wanted to like take the time and revamp the TUS logo, I would not mind that. I wouldn't mind that because it's just not mine no more. It's ours. To be honest, it started with it being ours in the beginning anyway. It was only mine from the just like that small beginning.
The thing is, though, the fact that it is ours is one of many reasons why I wouldn't do that. Like the initial TUS logo for the full podcast, I might revamp that one. But
Yeah, that's
like
what I mean.
for the other idea, I really couldn't. Like, being that it is all of our baby now and it's something that we're all kind of diving into, I wouldn't want to do my work like that. When I'm doing like my personal stream, I have made my stream logo and I've made my business logo and I've gotten that set aside. I would treat the TUS podcast the same way I would treat my own venture. So there's no way I would just, be lazy like that. Y'all gotta get that creativity. You feel me?
No, that's what I mean. Like, cause I ain't gonna hold you. The TUS logo was me being lazy. I ain't gonna hold you. It looks don't get me wrong. It looks good for it being lazy. But if this man
It does.
He being honest.
If he really wanted to like
He being honest.
tweak some stuff on it, I wouldn't not like just like because I know him. I seen his art. I know he won't have acid. He will actually sit down and do the thizzle on it.
Not y'all giving me business already. That's crazy.
Sorry, I'm back.
Get that business. Get that business.
Look, y'all better pay
Want
this
some
man.
candy corn? Want some candy corn?
No, please don't
Hell
ever
no.
offer me candy
What the
corn
hell?
again. I love you, Kay, but please.
Bob, you like candy
That's a
corn?
good question. That's a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
That was the right answer.
Like-
That was the right answer.
Bob was already like, nah, don't even ask me that shit.
No. I'm so boring. Hershey's or that's it.
But wait.
you didn't say
candy corn flavored
Not too much.
candy corn flavored cheesecake. How you feel about it?
Oh,
That sounds
trash.
good. I'm gonna make
I would-
that.
I would fight you.
I'm gonna make that.
I would not eat any with candy corn related. No.
Good answer. Good answer.
What?
Good answer. I'm
What do
proud.
you
Because it does
y'all?
exist. It does exist.
What candy corn do to y'all?
It's just
It
sugar.
existed. That's what it did. It existed. Like
It's
it
waxy
is
sugar.
terrible. Speaking of
Ow.
terrible foods,
Ow.
I also got a problem with deceptive ass foods. Listen, if you are vegan or whatever the hell else, you are welcome to be that. But if I ever go to your house, okay,
Not too much.
and you have like popcorn chicken or something, and it's
Morning
like
Star
fucking
popcorn
fried cauliflower,
Cauliflower.
I am
That shit
going
is
to
fire.
blow your house up. I'm
That's
crazy.
crazy.
He said, I'm already got the aluminum foil and I'm throwing it in the
Not
microwave.
so much.
Bro, I'm throwing aluminum foil in your microwave and I'm walking out.
Y'all don't like vegan wings?
No, listen, no.
Vegan
Listen.
sausages are good.
Give me something vegan and tell me it's vegan. If you put a plate of chicken wings in front of me and that shit is tofu, I'm fighting you, bro. I'm fighting you. Like that.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to you.
Bro, I'm telling
I
you.
wouldn't do that to you.
Oh my God.
But now I want some fried cauliflower. I want some buffalo cauliflower now.
All I'm just saying, call it what it is, okay? Call it, and it don't even look like meat. You know what I'm saying? They'll pull that shit apart and it look like fucking. It'll look like a bunch of zip ties deep fried in a coffee filter. Like, don't give me that shit. Like, don't do that to me. Like,
Lord. Oh, Lord.
All right, Bob, you got any more questions for us? Anything swimming in your mind?
yeah, I always like to hear what they think about us when they come on.
He probably thinks we're trash. He's never gonna talk to us. again.
No, I will say
Oh.
this is. I just want to say this has been just a lot of fun to be on here because I love doing these types of podcasts where it's just conversation and I can tell the synergy between all four of you have just been. It's like I feel like I'm at a friend's house right now, just like listening to all you talk and have a good time and share stories and share insights and I don't have anything else really. I feel like I should have came more prepared.
No,
But
You're good.
I
look,
definitely
we're not prepared. We're never prepared.
And never-
We're never
Definitely.
prepared.
I should have been more prepared, but I will say I had just a fantastic time just hanging out, and I definitely want to come back sometime and just chill again and just
Yeah.
do it again. It's so much
You're
fun.
more than welcome.
Yeah.
More than welcome.
I ain't gonna hold
For
you.
sure,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
It's a couple people that's on my mind that I want to have part twos to. You know, I would
I
name
do.
them. I would name them exactly. I want to have a part two with Yaz. I want to have a part two with Chris. I want to have a part two with Scoob. And I want to have a part two with
Scoob's fine ass. Sorry.
oh,
Hell,
I would not.
Listen,
I would love to
I've
have a
been in
part
his
two with
streams,
Bob.
okay? He be doing too much for me.
Uh-huh.
But you know what's crazy? You wasn't
Definitely.
even part of that podcast too, which is crazy. When we had one with Scoob, you wasn't even part
I
of
know.
it.
yeah.
Because I had to work.
look at the resentment
You
in her
acting like
eyes,
it's
bro.
my
She
fault.
yeah.
That was your fault. Well, it wasn't your fault
That
either.
stares
It
for
was your
killers.
boss's fault. It was your. It's the company you was working for fault. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Look,
Everything.
I would say this though, when we do a part two, like for example with Bob or whatever, I would love to have some more questions for Bob, just so we can
Yeah.
include him more. Not that he wasn't included, but like I would love to find some more stuff about like Bob as a whole, as a streamer, you know, as a person. I would, or any of the guests we bring on, but I'm using you as an example, Bob. You're here.
That's fine. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to have some more in-depth questions
So
for
we
you,
can
but
get
we don't
him-
really plan this.
season 2 gonna be lit.
Talking.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Talking
litty.
more.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody to feel like that you don't talk enough when you're in here, but I always want to make sure people feel super included. Like you said, the four of us have a synergy. We'll bounce dumb shit off of each other for 3 hours if you leave us in here. We will.
Definitely.
I say, look, no, you.
You all right?
What's crazy is he's not lying. You go check out the Bob from last week. We was here for like 4 hours.
just
Legit,
talking
just
dumb
talking.
shit.
You,
Just be
like when I
ridiculous.
created that, when I edited the YouTube video, it's the way I cut out two big, like 30 minutes to 45 minute, 45-minute chunks of conversations that we had, that I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna make this smaller, so I'm gonna just take these two out and make it 2 hours.
Yeah, we'll bounce dumb shit off of each other for hours. So I don't want anyone to feel like they're not included, but I want people to be more a part of the synergy that we have going on. So I would love for us to have more questions for our guests.
But
Mhm.
all in all, Bob, did you have a good time? You had a great time?
Oh, fantastic time. I mean, this was a lot of fun, and like I said, I want to come back and hang out with all of you again.
Hell yeah.
But
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
We do this every Sunday.
Yeah, I would say now it seems like it's every Sunday. At first, it started off every other Sunday,
Oh,
but
every
now it's
Sunday.
starting to turn to every Sunday, because it seems like I'm always free Sunday. So
Yeah, I will say I gotta give TUS Podcast a good thank you, because I've been trying to add an extra day to my stream schedule for the longest fucking time, and it seems more and more like the TUS Podcast is going to be that extra stream day. which I'm totally fine with.
And Bob also streams on Sundays, so we can always just read.
Facts. Yeah. Go drop the kids off at Bob House so we can go out. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all for watching us. If you have any suggestions on topics or anything that you think we should talk about, just go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Please hit that like button. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your mama, your daddy, your poppy, and all that good jazz. Hell, even your sugar daddy or sugar mama.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sugar grandma.
Not the sugar grandma. That's crazy.
Sugar grandma sounds sweet.
Don't get apple pies and
make sure you hit that notification bell too, cause so you can get notified. Also join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. The Discord will be in the description below. Also the stream, because this is edited, so you can see the unedited version. I'll get you.
Yeah, he's on it.
Anyway, and so you won't miss all the good shit. Also, by the way, I just want to point out, it's funny as hell that Kay, Shion, or Tuton, or anybody in chat did not catch me almost falling last week. I almost fell. Nobody said that shit.
I saw that, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to bring it up.
Legit,
He's always falling.
I was stretching, and then all of
and
nowhere,
he leaned back too much,
and all you saw was me go.
Why are you always falling?
Bro, my chair.
Always falling.
I threw my chair one day.
Chair.
I threw my chair one day, and I guess it loosened something up. So when I do a major stretch, it just like.
We just gotta get him a new chair.
You also the only motherfucker I know that could fall stationary. I'm just saying.
That too, for real.
Yeah, you're the only dude I know that can fall at 0 miles an hour, bro.
If you go to the YouTube, video, you will see I actually blew myself up when I said That shit was funny. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. We'll be back next week. I don't know who our next guest will be. Shion said he has somebody for next week, or next week. So even if not next week, the season coming to an end, y'all. Next podcast is the next guest that we have is going to be the season finale. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like 13.
Oh my God, it's almost November.
Yeah, it's almost
November. It is.
Holiday time is coming.
What's up?
Killums, you know what? I don't know why it just came to my head. You ever see that that little video of the bird and they add that sound alert to it, like the baby bird? He's just like, ah! Have you ever seen that? You need to add that. You need to add that, bro. That's got to be a clip somewhere. You gotta add that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You gotta add that sound.
Yo.
Thank you.
I had to get that out.
Thank you again, y'all. Y'all have a peace. Bye. I don't even know what to say no more. Bye, y'all.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good night. Join
Bye.
the Discord.